That's okay.
Hoping to get that ad revenue.
Okay,
Because
so
Jason's now
we are
making
actually,
all the big bucks.
I wouldn't get carried away, but yes, it is live now. All right, everybody, welcome to session 8 of Watch for Falling Meteors, as our party is adventuring deep into the world of Mystara. Scott, I believe you said you wanted to do our recap tonight for yesterday's session, last week's session.
Yeah, we're in Kavorquian's dungeon, basement, looking for 2 items. We have found the first, which was a greatsword. The second is a tiara of some sort. So last session, we went into a coal room. It was full of rats, which Gamelon just destroyed, obliterated them all with one spell. Then we found another room with 4 ghouls. We killed them. Then we found a room with 4 crystal statues, and we killed them. Of general note is Busy was able to attack and hit once the entire session for 3 damage. And
Wait, what
we
did
are.
Expo do?
My robot
Expo, his
did a
little
bunch of
robot,
damage.
kicked tail. So here we are. It was a very combat-heavy session. It was a lot of fun.
Nice. Okay.
Was that 20 minutes, Brian?
Almost.
Just shy. Okay, so you find yourself in what looks like an old laboratory. You have defeated the 4 crystal living statues that attacked, and
which were no joke.
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting fight. So, what would you like to do at this point?
Search.
Do we have any good berries?
I think Gamelon's spiritual weapon expires, and it only lasts a minute, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, I did want to talk about that. For the good berries, I'm going to take the same good berry approach that any other stacking spell does. You can have up to 10 berries. If you have 6 berries left and you cast it again, you can enchant 4 more, but your magic is only capable of sustaining 10 of them at a time. Because having 40 berries in a bag is getting a little ridiculous for a first level spell.
Well, they only last 24 hours, but...
Yeah, so every night, 1 hour before your long rest is over, you just summon up 40 berries, burn every spell slot you have for them, and have 100 hit points built up. So
okay, good point.
That's only 40 hit points.
The proposed fix is to have it consume the mistletoe, which I think is stupid. So we're just going to say it's like any other stacking spell. If you cast Shield of Faith on yourself and you cast it again, you don't get 4 armor class. So
that's fair.
I got 8 left.
Jason, I'm searching.
Okay, what for?
I am searching
Valuables?
for that tiara or valuables or anything pretty.
Okay, investigation check, please.
Yes, sir.
What's everyone else doing in the meantime?
Busy's also looking for any research or anything interesting from...
Yeah, what's
laboratory.
in the library in general?
Okay, it's not a library, it's a laboratory.
Sorry, laboratory.
Flickering flames from iron burners, tables and cupboards. There's a glint of strange and rare substances all around. A few you recognize, sulfur and mercury. There's also some gems and crystals. Laboratory stuff.
Like, are there notes, books, scrolls?
Not really. Not a lot of books or scrolls. Outside of maybe like a diagram or a mixture, or a recipe for something being mixed on a bunch of beakers. So
I'm gonna whip out.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna whip out these good berries and offer them up. Anybody need any good berries? I got about 8.
What's your wounds at?
Let's see. I'm at.
Stefan has 12 wounds.
Yep.
Nace has 9. Everybody else is still fully health.
So can I have 2 and then you take 7?
All right.
6, whatever it is.
Sounds good.
Maybe
Math
leave
is
1.
okay.
Maybe leave 1 if someone gets knocked down.
We got other stuff for that.
I think so. We're out of... Oh, you still have healing,
I
right?
still have 1.
As Nace?
I have 1 level 2 spell and 1 little 1d6 heal.
Alright. Cool.
So if I take mark these berries off. What do I do with the wounds? Or like I'm not sure what to do.
In this case, the proper way to do it would be to type the amount of healing you're going to get in your modifier window. Like you click on the modifier and type that number and then drag the heal onto yourself. But you can also just adjust your wounds on your main sheet.
Yeah, I moved my wounds to 7.
It'll say, like, your wounds right now is 12, and you're taking how many berries?
He's taking 6.
6 of them. So you could just change your wounds to 6 and you'd be fine.
It's on your main tab.
Either way works for me.
Action.
So, Weedall, you find... Hey, there's Neil. Sweet.
Hey, Neil.
Weedall, you find... quite a few small gems and bottles of rare substances that are small enough to carry, as well as Busy. You do find a parchment that just has a bunch of alchemical recipes on it.
Alright.
It's probably worth about 100 gold total for all of the stuff. It'd weigh about 20 pounds.
But we don't find the tiara?
No tiara.
Let's grab all that fancy equipment. And
If you spent more time, like you spent about 10 minutes gathering stuff, you spent more time, you could probably gather up more stuff. Okay.
I don't think we're in a rush.
I
Sure.
don't think we're in the right room then.
Okay, we're going to do something real quick. Everybody but Busy, please click stop video.
Okay.
And just waiting for Tim.
be at the
Right
bottom
here.
left. Yep.
Yeah, just my
There we go. Okay, Neil, hit start video. Tim, start video. Nace. Stefan. Weedall. Perfect. Okay. Now I can get rid of that stupid thing. Explore window. Hide that. Okay. It's arranging the portraits for the stream.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're fancy now. Do. So what do you want to do?
This all looks like great stuff. Busy's interested in gathering more of it.
Yeah, I'd be willing to.
How
wait
long have we
while
been
gather.
down here in this dungeon, by the way?
Less than a day, I think.
Yeah, less than a day. Grand
Is our
total
deadline-
probably about 4 hours now at this point.
And our deadline was 24 hours or 48 hours?
48.
48 hours. You really have basically until evening and then the next day. Like well into the next day.
But we have a door here that we haven't gone through.
Right.
Which door? The door on the southwest? The Gamelon's in front of?
No, the south
below
door.
Gamelon.
South down
Oh,
that
you mean
hallway.
even further south. No problem.
Yeah. But I.
But- Yeah, I think we're good.
Oh,
Searching
Gamelon,
for
I
more
want to show
stuff.
you. I got you this.
Nice.
Yeah. So we got
Can't
you all
use it
set.
until we rest again, but yeah.
Yeah, we got you all set. I took care of you.
Lidl's going to check along this wall. Basically, on the wall to the east of my line.
Okay.
He's looking
Down
for
this way.
hidden
You mean
doors.
right
I'm
there?
looking for hidden doors.
Okay. Sure. I need an investigation check.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I'd
it'll
like
take
to
you
look
about
through
10
the
minutes
room
to
more.
check. It's gonna take you like 10 minutes to check that wall. What's everyone else want to do in the meantime?
I'd like to
Gather
check
more
this
stuff.
room more thoroughly.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
take a
Okay.
look around this room.
Yeah, I'm looking around.
Yep.
Okay.
looking
Investigation for anyone who's searching or looking for stuff. What are you specifically looking for those of you who are checking?
Most specifically knowledge, but if nothing else, just anything you come across that may be valuable.
Okay.
Cool weapons. How
Does
about that?
anybody check for
Valuable
secret
equipment.
compartments?
Crystals,
I'm
whatever.
gonna yell back. Check for secret compartments in all those chests, all those desks.
Stefan, through in one of the drawers, you find a couple vials that look like they might be pretty valuable. Nobody else really finds anything of value. Weedall, you're fairly confident there are no secret compartments or secret doors against that wall.
Right.
Gamelon, you also find a bottle that looks like it has small, raw, uncut rubies and sapphires in it.
Oh, I've got some gems.
Vidal says, "Are they pretty?"
They seem to be a bit shiny.
Ooh,
They're
I'll take 'em.
uncut, so they might not be in up your
Ah,
alley,
forget
really.
it. I drop them.
You don't have them, so problem
I
solved.
went and said I took them, and then I dropped them.
I'll
Get back.
take that little. Put that vial in the party chat. I'm all for pushing on, but I'm kind of tapped out.
Well, we got the robot still running. We can go until that's run out.
Yeah, I'd
They all
say we
seem
go
fairly healthy right now.
down there.
It's true. The robot's got, what, about 30 minutes left, I think.
All right, then, just so's you know.
We got you, buddy. We got you.
You still got a good handle on that mace.
Okay,
That
are you
I
guys
do.
pressing south then, I take it?
You take it correctly.
Okay.
I really thought that was the room.
Is this door
Let's
locked? Or
sync
do I
our
need
view
to
up
use
a
it?
little bit better here.
A laboratory with a tiara.
Okay, yeah, so to the south, the passage goes about 20 feet and then ends in another door. This doorway does appear to be locked.
Well then,
You got the keys.
indeed I do. I don't remember how many of the keys I've used before. Was it?
I think there were only 5 left.
There were only 5 left.
Yeah, you're only rolling a D6 now. Well, oh, so it takes you 5. You have to go through 5 keys before you actually find the right one.
You're
Um,
really meta doors.
Vidal's going to suggest you mark the keys as we use them.
Oh yeah,
He
I
has
have
been.
He has been, but he still has to figure out which
There's
key.
5
These are the
left.
keys he hasn't used. This is a very
Got
large
it.
ring. Okay, you find the right key. The door clicks audibly as the lock opens.
I don't understand your fascination with locks. Kick that door open.
Okay.
Hello.
Boop.
Prepare to meet your doom.
Let me grab here and reveal the room.
We didn't find any notebooks or any diaries or anything in that laboratory that would have had like indication of a password or anything like that.
That's correct. You found some alchemical recipes and quite a few valuable alchemical goods, but nothing else. So in this chamber, it's actually, you see a wooden cage as you step into the room, and there are tons of the remnants of metal bars and stuff in the room. You zoom in a little bit, you can kind of see them. So there are the remains of bars, and when I say the remains, I mean that they're so rusted out and destroyed that none of them could hold a cage anymore. In the far east corner, however, there is the far northeast corner. You can see there is a wooden cage.
I'm staying
that
away from that.
is busted open, and there's a large hole. It's then that you guys catch out of the corner of your eye, you can see some movement, and there are 2 squat-looking, it looks like it would cross between like an armadillo with a crazy long like ankylosaurus tail. And its hind legs are massive, almost frog-like, and it has tiny little spindly front legs that end in big, long, bony, knobby fingers. And both of them have these large, feathery antennae on the front of their faces, which are kind of insectoid-like. And they are both happily munching away on the bars of the cages, of these metal cages. More specifically, they seem to be eating piles of reddish-brown dust at the base of each of the rotted out, rusted out bars. As they look up, they see Gamelon toting a mace and a very large shield, and they both make this little squealing noise like a pig kind of, but it ends in like this weird chittering noise, like a squeak. And then they They look quite anxious to charge. Everybody roll for initiative.
Well, that's not good.
Dang.
Do I recognize these things? That's survival?
I mean, a nature check.
Oh, nature. That's probably not going to go well.
Okay.
Wow.
Neither of you recognize it beyond the label that happens to be on it already, because I didn't feel like making it unidentified.
That's my...
Yeah,
Oh,
none of you have.
crazy.
Neither you nor Busy have ever seen or heard of anything like this.
Guido has. He says, I've seen these. They're like armadillo things with Ankylosaurus tails. And
They like to eat metal.
Actually, Busy might be the only one to have like strong knowledge of them, I guess. Just
oh, they're pretty.
Rolled. I did terrible. Or,
They're pretty.
not good
Kill them.
Nature?
Okay. I guess I locked
Man.
tokens. Let me put the people who were up top back down onto the map here.
I don't just go ahead and go last again.
So
Barely. I can't go laster than what I rolled.
recall the marching order was what? Nace, Karnon, and then Weedle and Busy in the back.
What? Where's our gap? Well, yeah, Karnon's in the
I thought
back.
you guys abandoned the
Karnon.
gap because you're still 5 feet apart.
We abandoned the gap, but Karnon's in
Oh,
the
did
back.
we?
Weedle
Oh.
is
Oh,
switch
Weedle's in
Karnon
the
and
middle.
Weedle.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's where we're starting. And the first person to act is actually Karnon.
Have fun.
So I don't know if Karn was here for your slight change in people in the way for shooting rules.
Yeah, thought about that. I think we're going to abandon that.
Okay.
Sorry, Brian. I think we're going to abandon it just because these are 5-foot spaces, and it's not like you guys don't move a little. Like
Just because
that's
this
the
time
whole point.
I'm not first in initiative.
Right. That's the whole
so-
point of the part where they go, duck. That's literally people. There's still cover, but that's getting people to move out of the way. So, now there might be a time where I say you have disadvantage, but it's not going to be right now.
Yep.
So, what do you want to do, Karnon?
You still have divine
Muted.
favor.
You're
on,
muted.
by the way.
No, in Zoom you're muted.
Gotcha. Sorry, kid ran through. So does that mean I just have regular cover, or it has regular cover shooting through everybody?
Yes,
or
it'll
do I
have
need to-
regular cover if you're firing from here.
Yeah.
And Jason, he has divine favor up still from last combat.
Oh, did I not clear expiring effects?
How long does Divine Favor last?
Uh,
Or is it just a minute?
2.5 hours.
Clear
Yeah.
expiring effects.
Man, I like that spell so much
That
more.
sounds like a regular D&D 5e lasting
Game
duration.
time hours. Real time hours.
Go ahead and move there.
I'll do that one.
And
Okay.
you.
Targeting Rust Monster 2. You catch it with a 21. It has a very thick hide, but it does not stop you from getting a good purchase.
God, I
Nice.
hope not with the 21.
Didn't get a very good purchase.
Ooh, 5 points of damage. So you lightly wound it.
Really hate this room.
Then I believe I will.
As it hits, like it hits its hide, you see a puff of red dust come off of its hide where the arrow strikes.
All right. Well, I think I shall retreat back. Get out of the
Okay.
way.
Okay.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
Actually,
Pardon me.
it was 25 movement to get there
Oh,
Or 20 movement.
because you had to
20
move through.
Or 25, yeah.
Yeah, 25 to get to that square, so you only have 10 feet of movement left. 'Cause
Moving
it's difficult
through an
terrain to move
ally.
through your allies.
Yeah, it's double movement.
okay. Well, I guess I'll.
You can dodge as a bonus action, which gives disadvantage to
What?
hit.
No,
No,
you can't. That's
He
just
can't.
monks.
That's standard.
Oh, damn. I play too many monks.
Well, then I guess I'll move to get out of the way.
Okay,
Some other people up.
perfect.
All right. Busy
Busy?
moves over. And then goes to fire off his firebolt with his infused arcane tool. It should ignore half cover.
Sure.
You cursing him?
No, I'm giving him.
Oh,
Damn.
crit! It's about
Okay,
time.
it worked.
It worked. It worked.
Oh, even good damage too.
You
Wow.
have to do that
Oh, that
every
is
single
awesome.
time now.
So,
so you know.
yeah, you blast the rust monster. It critically wounds it. There's just this
Right.
huge blast, and
Straight
you
in
see
the face.
its flesh flays away. You see one of its feelers, feathers, kind of curls up, all charred. It's
Oh, is
badly
that how
hurt.
that's supposed to work?
That might be the
Like,
first
ha-ha!
like, really good shot he's ever had.
That was awesome.
And then he tells Expo to
Test
climb
and
up the
retest. Okay.
wall, and it's gonna take a shot from up there.
Okay. All right. Expo skitters up the wall, turns the cannon,
Oh,
blasts away and
yeah.
easily hits, and finishes it
Uh,
off.
Expo's still a boss.
Done.
Looks like two
And-
little pulse darts fly out and blast
Izzy's
into
all
it.
smiles right now as he just
Yeah.
annihilated the target.
It actually
Target eliminate.
worked.
So I'm gonna move around Gamelon, but I'm gonna end up in the same spot. So I'm just not gonna move, and I'm gonna short bow him.
17 hits.
All right. I don't get sneak attack, do I?
Nope.
Because nobody's around him.
You hit it for 7, moderately wounding it.
So,
There is a puff of red dust as
Yeah.
your arrow strikes it. Seeing it twice, it's clear that what's happening is the arrowhead is actually turning to rust as it impacts it.
which is why I didn't want to go up with the rapier.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Imagine that.
All right, then.
Stefan, your turn. One rust monster down.
I'll go right about here.
Okay.
I'm gonna move up a little bit, and then
Sure.
I'm going to fire my crossbow, my heavy
Okay.
crossbow.
The bars are there. They're way too sporadic to actually offer cover.
Okay.
17. You forgot to
Wow.
target him,
Oh,
but
shit.
that does hit him.
It's all right.
Heavy crossbow. Let's target him.
For 8 damage. It is now heavily wounded. Your bolt has the same effect, and the shaft of the bolt is actually all metal, and so as it drives in, you see the shaft just slowly start to corrode at the end until it falls to the ground like a nub of what was left of the bolt.
And then I'm gonna guard this wall.
Okay.
Shafted.
It is well protected.
Oh, and let's see. Next, give me a second here. It's on action. Nope, it's over here.
Oh, tracker. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh Lord, he coming.
So, the rust monster charges the closest source. Oh, hi, Gwydion. Thanks for the bits. Welcome to the stream. If you like what you see, be sure to follow. Okay, the rust monster skitters across the room and goes for the biggest source of metal it sees, Gamelon's shield.
Indeed.
And
Shield.
Gamelon fails to get his shield clear of the feathers. And your shield now only gives +1 armor. Where it hits, the whole right side of it just corrupts with rust and powder starts to fall off of it. So I'm just going to modify your shield AC to be a
I'm gonna
1.
change that.
Yeah,
That's
I just
alright.
modified it. You now have 18 armor class.
We can buff that out.
And it also tries to bite
Right.
you. Whoa, let's actually grab the die roll. There it is. And hits with a 21. So as the feathers crawling all over your shield, it bites you for 2 points of damage on the leg.
I don't have any actual armor, so.
And
go for it.
that finishes its turn. Nace.
All right, I'm gonna cast Shillelagh.
Okay.
I'm gonna move one down, but I'm gonna end up moving back. So, I'm moving down one so it doesn't have cover, and I'm gonna blast it with Eldritch Blast.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm
you are not going to blast it with Eldritch Blast.
Then I will end up moving back up over here.
Okay. Oh, you're getting well out of the way.
I'm not jacking with that.
Okay. Gamelon, it's your turn.
I like my shield.
You have seen everything metal start turning to dust when it touched it. So.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm like, oh, that sucks.
Oh, Gamelon. Poke it with your pole.
He could always claw it with his fists.
Could, or
I mean, if he's got.
He's also got
cantrip,
magic,
that
guys.
works.
Like,
Yeah, he could. He could.
He does have the
spell it.
ability to cast spells. He's a cleric.
It is a spelling bee.
Oh.
let me just check real quick with you. Yep, we're gonna do this.
Gwydion, that's really awesome. Sorry, it took a second to respond. They were in the middle of the fight. That's really glad to have you back. Nice to have visitors. Okay, Sacred Flame. Let her rip. It succeeds on its saving throw. Takes no damage.
Holy.
So.
There's nothing about this guy I like.
No.
Okay, you move around to the back side. And, well, we're not doing Expo. So round 2 starts. Karnan, your first act.
I'll take my first act, same as the last act.
You
Same
hit
roll.
with a 21. Nice.
Would now be a time to do. Let's see, what's his damage?
What,
He's already
Divine
fairly-
Smite?
Yeah.
It's heavily wounded right now. It's over 50% dead. Actually, is it critically wounded?
No,
Heavy.
No.
heavy.
Heavily, yeah,
It's
you're
about
right.
half dead.
Only
Yep.
if you really want to kill it yourself.
If you Divine Smite it, you'll probably kill it.
Well, I guess others are following me before it gets another shot.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's
it's
3 more
pretty
people
well
are going to go
protected.
before it does.
Yeah, either way, it wouldn't be a bad decision, though. So you just do what you want.
Okay, 8 points of damage, critically wounding it. It's just about down.
I guess that's it.
Okay, Weedall. No, Busy. Sorry, Busy.
Yeah,
My bad.
busy.
Busy likes fighting these guys.
Yeah, he's got a good.
Bam! 2 hits in a
Oh,
row.
yeah.
These guys are good to hit. Oh, this one only.
Dials
Oh,
up
1
the side.
damage.
Oh,
And then
What?
he
Oh, that
commands
was a 7.
Expo to fire.
I thought it was a 7
and
too. All right.
He backs
Okay.
up. Expo fires.
Okay. Crossbow
Which is-
tags it.
Very,
Money.
very on point. But
Everything's
still,
hitting.
And
barely
kills it.
Hey,
kills
that's
it.
enough.
All right. Very nice. All right.
He's
It
noticed
is
the shield.
down.
He noticed Gamelin's shield and then backed away pretty quickly. He's like, oh.
Dude, I'm wearing a breastplate and a shield. I'm like,
It's true. He's wearing a giant clockwork suit. I didn't even think
Yeah.
about that. He's like, nope. I don't think so.
Yeah, we just noped on out. You got the brains way back here.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll go ahead and unlock the tokens.
Izzy's
not
keeping a wide berth.
Not on
around
that
these
screen,
guys.
I won't. So I
Normally
will
he's interested, but
unlock the
I
tokens.
am not touching these dudes.
Yeah.
We're going to reset the initiative, and we're going to cycle back to exploration view. Okay, so there is a door in the south wall. Outside of that, the chamber looks to be pretty bare. Like I said, just lots of piles of rust all over the place.
What are the walls made out of? Is it like stone or?
It is, yeah. This is the same finished basement. Like it's worked rock walls, with actual stonework to reinforce the walls here.
I'd like to kind of tap on these walls and just see if they're like thinned out or anything.
we
Okay.
don't want to look at this cage to see
Yes.
what might have
Check
made
out
it
the cage.
different.
Okay.
Other than the fact that maybe there wasn't a rust monster in it.
Okay, I need an investigation for everybody looking around.
Golly, it's like everything we do, we have to roll. It's like
I
it's
was
a
gonna see if you
role-playing
suck
game or
at it.
something. It's like a
I wouldn't
role-playing
make you if
game.
you were better at it.
I'm a standing guard at this door.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen at that door.
Okay. So you two are listening at the door. Nace, the cage itself is just made of like a reinforced wood. It just looks like it's been like you can see there's gnaw marks around where it's broken open. Who knows how long these things were in there and managed to eat their way out. And after eating their way out, began to gorge themselves on what looks like there were actually 5 or 6 other cages in this room, but now there's only the remnants of 3 because they've eaten all the bars of the other ones.
Pretty sorry menagerie we've got left.
Yeah. Weedall, you don't find anything of note. In fact, nobody else finds anything of value. Gamelon and Stefan, although Stefan, you rolled investigation, it'd be perception for this.
Okay.
But I know what you rolled, so I'm just going to go with that. You hear, you think you hear the sound of a door. It's either a door or wood banging into wood. But a door is your best guess. But it's very, very faint.
Gamelon, did you hear that?
Gamelon did not. Did not hear it. You're the only one who heard it.
Well, I just heard something on the other side of this door, guys.
Way.
Not sure what.
Not like right on the other side.
Okay. It's might be a big room over there or something.
Well, no sense waiting if there's something back there.
Well, let's check it out.
We didn't find anything else in the room.
You did not.
Click a clack.
Yeah, bunch of rust.
The door is not locked, by the way.
All right, then, prepare yourselves. Kick.
Out.
I'll cast Shillelagh on my weapon.
Kick the door open.
Okay. Let me
I'll
reveal
stand
your
around
tokens
looking
here. And
Better not be more than rust eaters.
Golly.
Field can't take much more.
so you are presented with a passage about 30 feet long, still the same worked ceiling and tiles on the floor, and it ends in another door.
This seems
Fairly
familiar.
unremarkable. There is a soft light coming from under the door ahead of you.
Oh, maybe we should
Very
try
faint.
this one.
Yeah, maybe we should. I'll go in front and I'll look for traps. What do I need to roll?
In perception, if you're searching for traps.
Someday I'm going to be able to use thieves' tools. No, I said I'd go in front.
You don't see any traps.
It's all clear, guys.
The hallway looks like it's okay.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Fine. Go ahead.
I'm going to be exceptionally sneaky as I walk down this hallway.
Sure you are.
Are we going to be
And you
sneaky?
fall into a trap.
I'm so ready to be sneaky. I'm good at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
This door does appear to be locked.
Well,
This is a much more ornate door than most of the ones that you've been encountering.
do I have a very ornate key?
Question.
No.
I feel
you
like
don't
we
have a
should
key.
back up on
That's
this one.
remarkable. But the door itself just looks very fancy.
Question.
It's a richer wood. It has a nice stain on it. There's a little bit of filigree carved into it. Nothing that seems symbolic, but there's definitely more use.
Would going through
I mean,
multiple keys
more money
make
spent
less
on this door.
noise than attempting to pick it?
It'd probably be quieter to try and pick it.
I'm gonna try and pick it.
All right then.
Well, looks like Gray Fox is on. How you doing, man? Okay, you successfully picked the lock. You do it as quietly as possible. There is still a soft click as you get the door, but the doorway is now open.
Guys, I think it's open.
Alrighty then.
Let's check it out.
This is a fancy door. I'm gonna say stand back a bit.
Hey, if I go to this side like there, then we'd have a whole clear path for people to get through. Like now we're all jumbled up again.
Pick a side.
Are you wanting to like stand single file?
No, like if Busy and I were one back and like Gamelon was one forward.
Oh, you're saying then there would be a way to... I guess I'm
Okay,
confused.
so wait.
Yeah.
Move Weedall and
Yeah.
Karnon where okay, this will work too.
That'll work.
And then we can get up to that square if we need to shoot in.
Oh, okay.
Good idea.
So
Good
we can
idea.
maneuver a little better.
Defensive playing. I like it.
I will take a little bit of hiding behind my shield and then
What's left of it?
blast the door open magically.
Okay. You push out with
Surprise!
thaumaturgy and burst the door open. And you see a very large chamber before you. Eventually. There it goes. And I will sync the view for everybody. I thought I would. There it
Like
goes.
some kind of library.
Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here on this map.
That looks like books.
Okay,
Looks empty.
so you see a very large chamber. It is approximately 50 feet across, east to west, and north to south. It's probably about 75, 80 feet long. It's actually well lit. There are some candles lit on the tables at the far end of the room. Several ornate carpets, a full dinner setting. Hey, Burning Heretic, how's it going? There is, you can see a chest and drawers, a desk with writing materials and implements on the left. You see a bookshelf on the far southern wall is just lined. I mean, the whole wall is lined with books and bookshelves, scroll cases, etc. And then there is a secure-looking door in the very southeast corner. The room appears to be empty otherwise, though. So now the chamber may have been luxurious at one point, but the all the stuff looks high quality. However, there is a pile of shattered iron, kind of in the center of the room, a little bit south of that carpet in the center, just south of that. There is a pile of shattered iron laying on the ground. Yeah, about there. It's kind of hard to tell what it is, but it's big, whatever it was. It's possibly it was one of the guardians that you dealt with before.
Is it?
In fact, no. Now that I think of it, in fact, I would say at the very least, Stefan would recognize it as one of those sword guardians that you fought earlier.
Well, that's surprising.
Does it
Hey
look
guys, look at that.
destroyed and deactivated, or
Does it by
It
chance
does
have
not
rust
look
below
like
it?
it's operational. Okay, I need to lock tokens. I need everybody to do a roll for initiative.
Are you keeping me way back in the back?
I guess I can move you into the room. Where do you want to be?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, so everyone's going to roll for initiative here. And I'm going to let you guys know you are surprised for the first turn.
You need to switch views.
Not yet, I don't. I was planning
So
on it.
do I still have warning?
Oh, you do!
Yes.
Stefan cannot be...
yes.
Okay, so Stefan, right before things go, you suddenly snap alert and are not surprised.
And
I
you're
totally forgot about
Spider-Man.
that.
Wow, Stefan. Thanks for.
That's right.
does that
sharing
help
Your
that
Spidey
his
sense
allies,
goes
or does
up.
that only help during
It's just him.
nighttime or whatever?
During nighttime, like his
It
allies.
wakes people up, right?
No, it's
Oh.
not waking you guys up at this point.
Okay.
This is too quick. So I am going to reveal. Boop. The guy.
Oh
Whoops.
boy.
So let's see. Yeah, Stefan, you see them all. You see a tall-looking, skinny guy wearing looks like wizard robes, hiding behind an arcane table to the southeast. You see, as Karnon's running past the desk, you see there's a dwarf in heavy armor with a shield hunkered down behind the desk.
A desk dwarf.
That he ran
Of course.
right by. You see another man wearing medium armor with a shield cowering behind one of the tables. And finally, you see, you spot that Weedall is just about to step on a guy who is hiding behind between the chairs under the table, who's a tall human wearing heavy armor.
There's 4 of them, guys.
But you're the first one to act.
All right. Let's see.
At this point, all of them have cover.
So if I maneuver over by Weedall,
Mhm.
will the guy no longer have cover?
You could get a
Fine.
clear shot if you moved over. You have to move like past Weedall. You could get a clear shot on him. Because the chair's not offering him enough cover.
All right.
Here.
I'm gonna go move that. Or maybe I'll move right there. Sure.
That'll work.
If you move to there, that'd be fine. You have a clear shot from there.
All right.
Or there.
Let's see.
Remember to target him?
Attempt to give him the business.
You gave it to him.
Critical hit.
Gave
Oh
it to
my
him
gosh.
hard.
Wow.
He thought he was hiding good.
Thank you, Gray Fox. I put a lot of work into the new look.
Holy cow!
Oh my
He's
gosh. Okay.
That
So
is
you just put a
amazing.
crossbow bolt right between his eyes. He just drops dead instantly.
Now
Good.
there's only 3,
Nice.
guys.
Anybody else want to
Holy
negotiate?
cow.
Weedall's going to turn to him and say, I like that crossbow. Point of order. I'm surprised.
Okay, so Weedall surprised. Busy surprised. The guy behind the table stands up and will...
So for clarification, when we're surprised, we can take a bonus action, and that's it on our turn, right? No movement, no standard action, no reaction.
can't do anything on your turn. You can't take a reaction until your initiative order is come and
You
gone.
can
Okay,
suck
take
it up,
one.
So
Buttercup.
before your initiative order, you can't take reactions. Once your initiative has happened, then you can take. So like
Okay.
Weedall, Stefan, and Busy are able to take reactions now.
Gotcha.
He's going to cast Firebolt at Stefan
The obvious target.
The thanks you get.
and whiff.
With
Nice.
that roll, he's not.
He then ducks completely behind the table, giving him full cover. And he yells, Gardrot, stop him! At that point, the dwarf comes out and wades into the middle of you two, and attacks
Big
Busy
mistake.
with his hand axe. Critting.
Oh no. It's a good thing I still have that temp HP.
Yeah. For 9 points of damage, but Busy's
My
magical
stims
effects
kick in.
absorb it.
Right.
Right.
Dodge out of the way.
As he swings, there's like a burst of steam and like an emergency plating slaps down into place, and his axe bounces off of it, and he looks and he goes, friggin' clockwork! And he will move up one more square up against the wall. Gamelon, you're now able to take reactions. And the next guy goes. He will advance up to the table. Yeah. And then he is going to cast Sacred Flame at Gamelon, spotting the other cleric in the party. But you make your save, especially because of that bless. And that'll be his turn. Karnan, you can now take reactions. Nace, you can now take reactions. And, well, they're down their fourth guy. So, round 2, Stefan.
Just kill the rest of them, Stefan.
Right. Let's see. I'm going to.
Don't have cover anymore, do they? Or are they still poking up and down?
The cleric and the wizard are hiding. The wizard's very hiding behind the table.
Okay.
Yeah, the wizard has full cover.
Not from me.
Maybe I'm gonna go right here.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna pull out this crossbow and see what I can do on this dwarf.
On the dwarf, okay?
Yikes.
Yeah, that's a whiff.
Uh,
It's actually a pretty good shot, but he gets down behind his shield and your bolt just slams into it.
I'll just hang out here.
Okay. So, Weedall, it's your turn. The cleric is behind the table with cover, the dwarf is engaged with Busy and Gamelon, and the wizard is ducked behind the table with full cover behind the chair.
So I'm going to be using feline agility to get down to the wizard.
Oh, shit. This is going to be bad for the wizard, I think.
I think it's going to be wonderful.
He's like, I'm
Wait,
safe back here.
Is he prone?
Oh, that's a hit. No, he's just crouching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that gives me sneak attack.
Oh, boy.
And
This is going to hurt.
we'll do this.
Getting swashbuckled.
Oh, okay, dead wizard.
Nice. Yeah.
So, as you come around the corner, you dash around. The wizard's kind of like hiding. He looks out like this, and as he turns around, there's this giant cat in front of him. Does this little flourish, and you poke him right through the heart. It goes, and he just looks, and he's like, blood wells up out of his mouth instantly, and he just drops to his knees. And as you pull the rapier out, he falls face first in front of you.
I'll say a perfect ending.
Oh.
And then I'm going to move. Well, I guess I'll move here. Use my last movement to get a little bit more.
You want to pick a square there, JJ?
Yeah, he JJ'd me.
Oh
Really?
my god, you still didn't.
It's clicking to the middle. There we go.
There you go.
That followed that.
John's a guy we used to play with, and he could never click in the middle of a square. Ever. Like, every round, I just had to fix his movement for him.
Sometimes he'd click in the middle of 4 squares.
Yeah. Okay,
Alright.
Busy.
Busy grabs dagger out, goes to stab this dwarf.
Okay.
No one messes with my armor, dwarf.
He just takes and swats your dagger aside with his shield. He's like, "Wah, is that all you got?"
And then Busy
I'm a
orders
critical
Expo to crawl up the wall, which
I was gonna say a
the
little
dwarf can
spider
attack him.
comes over your shoulder, like, hello.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
it
can
needs to have
attack
the
it if
predator
he wants
dots.
to.
Oh, the 3 little dots.
The 3 little predator
Oh,
dots.
that would be awesome.
But it climbs up the wall, and he can use his reaction to attack it if he wants to, because it's moving out.
Yeah, he'll take a swat at it. Why not?
Technically, when I use my bonus action, it goes after my turn, so I can't move anymore. So
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Well, he
I can't
hates.
actually use it to.
He already has established he does not like clockwork. So let's see. Let's hope I drop this on the right one. No. Natural one.
Automatic
Too,
miss.
too quick
He-
as it climbs up the wall.
He absolutely whiffs away. He's like,
And then,
"What's that little piece of witchcraft?"
he hears it charge it,
That attack was
and it
no.
slams right
That
into him.
hits.
And
Oh
then
my
he's-
god, it kills him!
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Okay, he's like, "What's this piece of witcher?" It blasts him right in the face. He just blasts backwards. He has this shocked expression on his face. He's stone cold dead.
That's great.
Okay. And Gamelon makes a menacing
Which frees
approach.
up everybody to move.
Is-
Love
Is
it.
charge still in action, or is that no longer a thing?
It is, but it's a feat. It's a
Okay.
feat to actually gain the benefit, to like have extra benefits from it.
Gotcha. Alrighty then. Does this cleric have any kind of insignia visible? Can I tell what he's a cleric of?
Perception check.
Check.
Wow. You spot that he is carrying a symbol of time. It's just like an infinity / hourglass symbol. He's just his powers come from the sphere of time. That's it. It's not one specific deity or immortal.
Well, it's not too offensive, but
And you're from your sphere of energy, by the way, is your pantheon.
Yeah.
So
he's come after me anyhow. I'm going to attempt to knock him prone with a shove roll.
okay, perfect. So make an athletics check. Ooh,
Probably
that's not great. He is going to. Whoops, that is Karnan's character sheet. Let's try and get the clerics. He is going to try and avoid this with an athletics check of his own.
Or dex.
Since he doesn't have he doesn't have athletics or acrobatics, so it's the same chance regardless. So he does worse than you. He gets a 2. So you succeed and you knock him prone.
Yay.
All right then.
Let's clear up this clear.
Oh, he goes after me though. All right.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Give me just a second. We're gonna think about this one.
It takes half his action to stand up.
Well, the intent was to get it prone so you'd all have advantage on him, but
Yeah.
that's all right.
He didn't bite on my D&D.
Okay. He casts a spell on himself.
Again.
I don't know if it actually tells you what he did. No. Okay. He casts a spell on himself and stands up. You see he's grasping his holy symbol and holding it like this. And he's got to look at you as he starts to reach down. He's clutching at his mace, but holding his holy symbol. There's a weird shimmer around him. It's just for a brief, you see it for just a second. And I will strip prone off of him. He does... boop, 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 boop. Let's see, delete prone. And then he will move 15 feet away, or attempt to.
I will definitely take the OA.
I need you to make a saving throw.
Okay.
I think it's a
I think-
wisdom save. Make a wisdom
one?
saving throw, please. That is not enough. You just lose the urge.
Cool.
So you draw back and you're about to hit him, and it's like you're just like, not yet. And by the time your body's like, okay, he's out of range.
Yeah.
He calmly walks back. At this point, a few of you notice there's actually a trap door in the ceiling above him that he is moving towards.
Slippery bastard.
He gives a glance over and looks at the extremely dead wizard. Just the 3 pools of blood that used to be his friends. So he ends his move there. I'm going to draw a square to show where the trapdoor is. Pointer, square, boop. And the trapdoor is right there. Okay, that ends his turn though. Karnan.
All right. Then, in the hopes of finishing him before he gets to said trapdoor.
Okay. Yeah, you have an easy shot on him. He has no cover. I need you to roll a wisdom save if you want to attack him.
What did Gamelon roll? 'Cause we
Oh,
couldn't see it.
he rolled a 14. I don't know why you couldn't see it. That's weird.
I think he rolled it in the box.
Oh yeah, you did. You don't have to roll that in the tower. So to roll your wisdom save, Tim, go to your main sheet. And then on the right, you'll have your saving throws. Just double-click the one under wisdom. There it is. 13, not enough. You lose your attack. You draw, and as you're watching, you're just like, you just don't feel like you're going to make the shot. And you waste your turn. You can still move if you want.
I'm good.
Okay. Nace. Gray Fox, we got some puns from him too. I don't know how long ago you said that. I need to add timestamps. But the problem is combat tracker's on the way different monitor than chat.
You know what?
What are you gonna do, Nace?
Another monitor.
Another monitor. You actually would, because then it would be over my DM screen.
All right, I'm
getting another monitor.
What's he wearing?
Metal.
What you wearing?
Yeah.
The cleric
Khaki.
is wearing, I think it was chainmail, but let me make sure.
I wasn't asking about boxers or briefs.
Yeah, he's wearing metal.
He is wearing chainmail and carrying a shield. And he has a mace.
Oh, we should have picked up the feather duster from the rust monsters. Tickled him with it.
Tied it on the end of a wooden arrow shaft and shot it.
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
like
try to
the
say
cut of your jib, sailor.
Okay, what's your plan?
Sacred Flame.
Okay, I will need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
It's not an attack. It's a saving throw.
What do you attack? Is it a hostile action?
Yes.
Yeah, you fail. You
Like
cannot
my
bring
word.
yourself to attack him. The spell, I'm assuming it was Eldritch Blast. No.
It's Sacred Flame.
Oh, Sacred Flame. Gotcha. That's right. You have like a billion cantrips now. But yeah, the spell
trying to-
fails. But yeah, you can close in on him.
Yep.
Okay.
Get in his way.
Turn 3, Stefan.
Stefan only needs one attack.
Okay, advances up 25 feet. Couldn't have a clearer shot.
All right, but I need to roll wisdom, huh?
Yes, if you want to make a hostile action against him, you'll need a wisdom save. He is under the effects of a sanctuary spell. And you've... Did everybody else see a much higher roll than that on the chat box?
I haven't been looking at the rolls because they're off.
Yeah, when I looked, I thought he rolled like an 18, but that's an 8. Okay,
Yeah.
no, unfortunately a 10 is not enough. You can't bring yourself to attack him.
See, we could just
This guy. Huh? Right?
Weedall.
How short are you?
All right,
Right?
here comes my wisdom saving throw.
I
Okay,
believe.
Weedle doesn't care.
Weedle's got-
people.
Weedle has no qualms about
Nice.
running this guy through.
Yeah.
So the cleric, as he's watching each of you come up and like fail to attack him, he kind of gets this smirk on his face, and then all of a sudden he doesn't see it, but all like at the last second he hears this patting noise come up to him, and he spins around, holds his shield up, and his rapier glances off of his shield.
I didn't think it was possible to hit you.
Oh,
And I missed. And I missed. I am not going to use my
Use your dagger.
bonus. No, because he's going to go up, and that's going to give me a bonus action attack. It's going to give me a reaction attack, which I can use my rapier instead of the dagger on.
You can do a
What?
bonus action anyway.
I don't. Yeah. I don't
they're
understand.
unrelated.
Bonus action has nothing to do
Oh.
with the reaction.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Well, then
Scott's gonna
Do I
get a
have-
very forceful lesson in reaction and bonus actions.
Shank
Yes,
him.
Doesn't make it.
Yeah, he misses.
You can still reaction.
I'm still going to react.
There you go.
You can also step in his way if you want.
It's
You have 5 more feet of movement.
that would. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I was going to block his way, but go ahead.
Okay, you step up into under the trap door now to where he can't go straight up. You can see there's a rope ladder hanging down from the trap door.
I'm going to look at him and say, just because it can't hit you doesn't mean I can't attack you, big meanie.
Okay,
And I guess after that glorious exposition of D&D knowledge, my turn is done.
Okay.
No.
Busy
not good
fails his
looks like.
save.
How does that work with Expo? Since Expo, does it roll its own save?
Yeah, he should roll his own saving throw. Do you need to roll it?
Nope.
Okay. Expo has no problems blasting this guy.
Yes.
Hooray,
Soulless
clockwork.
automaton doesn't care about sanctuary.
Yeah.
Aim for his legs.
Expo's on fire.
Oh
Doink,
yeah.
that hit.
Come on. Ah.
Oh, 6 damage.
Oh,
So it clips him, and now he looks a little worried. His eyes kind of dart around as he realizes, I don't know where that came from. Like, it's too far away for him to have even seen Expo's shot. He just saw like a bolt come flying out of nowhere and hit him. Gamelon advances. Oh, whoops, that's Karnan. Wrong guy. Karnan lumbers up to the cleric.
Come on.
you got this.
Well,
Gamelon,
then.
yeah. Nope. Oh, yes.
Oh,
15's what you need. It's 14. You have to beat a 14.
gotcha. Okay.
So, yes, because of your bless, specifically because of your bless, you're able to overcome the sanctuary and attack him.
Now, where do you think you're going? Grapple.
Hit him hard.
Grapple.
Oh, okay. Give me an athletics check. Oh, that was a really good one.
Oh yes, that's beautiful.
This might go badly. He'll try and slip it with a dex. No. You have a hold of him. His movement is now 0. You basically reach around and you're
very good.
underhook his shield arm. He's locked up against you and not going anywhere.
That was so good.
Oh.
After a miss
Man.
like that,
Yeah,
This
that
is
was a
rough.
concentration spell, wasn't it?
He is going to...
It's not concentration.
Is it not?
it's just an effect.
He is going
But if he
to
attacks,
try
it goes
to
away.
shove Gamelon away. With a strength check. Chances are good you're going to beat this one. Since he got a 1, it was in your favor.
Oh, you big meanie!
Okay, he goes, "Ugh!" and almost knocks himself over as you just hold right on. And he looks, and he throws his mace down on the ground. Says, I surrender.
About time.
All right then.
I'm going to unlock tokens. I'm going to clear initiative.
Somebody get my rope and tie this bugger up.
I'm a sailor. I will tie him up. Tie him up well.
Okay.
This is what we call a dirigible knot.
Oh, it's
And I put it on him. And I put it on him.
Okay. So I'm assuming you're binding his hands behind his back or what?
Yeah, I'm just making him immobile, not necessarily, hog tying him.
Okay. So you tie him up. You have a sailor's background. There's no roll. You're very good at tying knots. You tie him up securely. Anything else?
I want to check the wizard.
As he's looking at the ugly dwarf.
I meant anything else with the cleric?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stuff something in his mouth until we're
There we
ready.
go. All right, I just want to make sure you're going to gag him. So,
Yeah.
all right, get rid of the verbal spells.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So the cleric is bound and gagged. You guys want to check the room? What's each person doing? I'm going to go down the line. So Busy. What do you want to do right now?
Is looking at the dwarf and then anything interesting in this area around him.
Okay. No problem. So Busy's checking out the dead dwarf in that area. So give me an investigation check for yours. I'm going to transition us back to the Explorer cams. Okay. How about Neil? Gamelon.
I am just going to stand guard over this cleric for now.
Okay. Karnan.
I kind of want to see if I can see anything up in the old trap door before we head up that
Sure.
way.
Nace?
I'm gonna want to start by checking the wizard.
That's
and
right.
then
You
I'd
want to check the
look at
extremely
scrolls.
dead wizard.
Yes.
Okay. And then scrolls. Stefan.
I'm gonna check out the fighter and this table.
Okay. Yeah, the guy you just drilled. You really go admire your handiwork. Look at that shot. That was a good shot, right? And Weedall, what are you doing?
I guess I go check this desk.
Okay. So,
Mathis?
those of you investigating, give me
Yikes.
investigation checks, please. Gamelon is going to tie the end of the rope around your middle. Oh, perfect. All
Hey,
right, so you are
someone should
attached to
check
the
that.
cleric.
Someone should check that cleric for stuff too.
Yeah. Oh, forgot about the cleric. We can do that.
I figure Gamelon's right there, so
Yeah. Get his holy symbol. That's the source of his power.
Okay, the wizard has a bone tube on his belt that has 2 scrolls in it. You're not sure what spells are on them, but it has 2 scrolls in it. Let's see.
Oh,
Kitsani, the cleric, has a gold bracelet worth 60 gold pieces. And that's it. They also, the wizard, by the way, Brian, you also find stuffed in like just his belt pouch is a another scroll that looks like just like a written scroll, like notes or something.
do you have a
Outside
spellbook?
he does not have, no, he does. He does have a spellbook on him. It's in his backpack, like packed
What
away.
you're saying is I have a spellbook.
Yes, you can get his spellbook.
Okay.
There is also, he has a component pouch, various things like that. None of his equipment looks to be remarkable.
Oh, I want the spellbook, the scrolls, his components,
Okay.
all his
No
magic
problem.
stuff.
Stefan, the fighter is wearing plate mail. No, it wasn't plate. Hold on. I think it was chain. Let me make sure I read that right. I would say his name, but you don't know what it is. He was wearing a chain shirt and carrying a shield. He also has a longsword that's decent quality. Does not appear to be unusual in quality, though.
You know his name was Girdle or something.
he-
You gotta yell it out.
He has a couple coins on him. Not even a gold piece. Like 5 copper and a silver. He has very little money.
New
Anybody
shield
need
for
a
Gamelon, though.
Yeah,
anybody
that's what
need
I
a
was gonna
shield or
say.
sword?
I could use a replacement for this one. What that thing in the other
You could
room-
replace your shield with one of theirs. The dwarf's is a higher quality shield. Like, just, it looks better. They're both the same size. The dwarf was using a very large shield. The dwarf is wearing dwarven-sized chain shirt with a shield, and he has a regular hand axe, it appears. So the only real treasure was the gold bracelet on Kitsani and the 2 spell scrolls on the wizard, and then in addition, the wizard had a note on him.
Read the note.
What's the note say?
So there's nothing in these 2 desks here? The desk here and the desk here?
I think we're getting to that stuff because I also want to check the bookcases.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I haven't
there's
gotten to
Bunch
you
of
2
scrolls
yet.
there.
Okay. Busy, were you checking this desk?
That was also part of the plan. The dwarf
Oh.
on the desk.
Then,
You could just check that one.
Yeah, if Jason doesn't mind me changing, when I see Busy walk into that one, I'll walk to the other desk. I would just...
Okay, the scribbled note seems to be in like a code or something. It's in common, but it's gibberish. Like there's no words. It's just a bunch of random letters.
I'll see if Weedall can read it.
Sure. Checking the desks. As far as you don't find anything of like real value. There's some parchment, some vellum and inks. The table desk where Weedle is has a couple maps of the local area. There's one of the Duchy of Karamikos, no different than any other map you've seen. It looks like maybe a planning table or something, but outside of just some random books on various topics from astronomy to, a steamy romance novel. Maybe not that. This is Kavorquian's lair, but this just looks like normal reading material. Nothing unusual or of value.
This dude was boring. He doesn't even have steamy romance novels.
Karnon, the light you have only extends 20 feet up of bright light and another 20 feet of dim light. But looking up, the passage just keeps going. It's just a rope ladder that once you get up to, there's like a couple framed in like 4x4s once you get up into the hole. And then from there you can see a wooden ladder that seems to be fastened to one wall that's just going up in darkness.
Maybe our way out.
Based on the broken cobwebs and stuff, it looks 1, not well used, and 2, like the way these people came in.
What about this bookshelf?
Yeah, that's what I want to look at.
So the bookshelves, there's just tons of books and scrolls. None of them appear to be magical books or anything like that. There are many books on magical theory. There's some books on different monsters, biology, just anything a wizard would be studying. But there's nothing that would be, there's no spell books or anything.
Okay. And
same for the scrolls. A lot of the scrolls are actually like Kavorquian's takes on, another wizard's description of this constellation, or arguing which immortal was involved and that helped the Battle of Halav or anything like that. So,
the most interesting bestiary kind of book, or anything about constructs Busy might pack away?
There is one tome that is, you have heard of it growing up. It's like the essential guide to constructs that. If there's a book you're supposed to read as a primer on constructs, this is the book you want. You've never seen a copy before.
Weedall's OCD is triggered by this rug that's completely out of place, not centered and everything. So he's going to move it.
Is there something on this table?
Excuse me. There's a place setting on the table as well as like an incense bowl, but nothing of note.
Any incense?
Some burnt incense ashes in it, but no, not fresh incense. There's nothing under the carpet, Weedall. Just solid floor.
Weedall's upset.
He's incensed.
Yes.
See, that one was good. That one was really good.
I like it.
Take some lessons, Scott.
Have to have them less often, and then they're good when they show up.
Well, now, Mr. Cleric, we're going to take your gag out, and you're going to tell us what you're doing down here.
Okay, you pull the gag out. Says, my name is Katsani. I was down here searching for treasure.
Hey, Jason. While they're talking to him, I want to check out those books to see if there's anything of knowledge that can help me.
Okay. Go ahead, Neil.
Searching for treasure, you say? Who told you how to get in here? It was my recollection this was only available from the main entrance.
I don't know who showed us the way in.
Well, someone sold you then, alright. You didn't by chance find a tiara down here, did you?
We just arrived. Did battle with that thing. He kind of nods towards the sword guardian on the ground.
Oh, yes, we stomped on one of them ourselves earlier on.
You describe the person that showed you the way in.
So they get hold it, right?
He said he didn't know his name. That's all he didn't know who it was. He didn't know the guy.
Describe him. Here's,
Kind of
is it-
balding, silver,
it-
long hair, bluish robes,
Oh,
a
then it's
butler,
not-
or servant.
Well, then, I think we'll bring you up with us. We have someone we might want to talk to, such as
He's describing the butler
Yeah.
to let you guys in. Yeah.
right.
The suspicious butler.
And what
Is
were
that
you,
what you called him?
No, but I'm trying to figure out his name.
Frederickon?
Butler is Fredricon,
Frederick, there you go.
Yep.
who doesn't trust us.
It was
Really, he was
Frederican,
scheming.
but sure.
Oh, whatever. I'm reading my notes.
and what deal did he make with you to allow you down here?
There's no deal. We came, he opened the trap door.
Why?
Insight check to see if he's lying. Or
Sure.
hiding
Give me an
things.
inside check. You don't think he's lying about being let in? No. He seems to be. What he is answering, he seems to be truthful.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm just curious about his motives, Fredericon's motives.
Well, we can talk to Frederickon when we bring this fella up the stars and see
We
what
were
his
being
deal-
paid to loot the basement.
That's
For
about
what?
I expected.
Whatever we could find.
All right, then. I think that's enough. Muzzle him back up.
Gamelon, before you say that, you feel like that last bit he knows more than he's saying.
Oh,
When he said whatever we could find, nope, you could tell his eyes kind of flicked to that sword for a second. Whenever to the great sword when he goes whatever we could find, like it's pretty obvious
yes.
he at least knows what that sword is.
I suppose that whatever includes that our sword we found and that tiara I described earlier.
I don't know.
Piece of work.
Blatantly, he's not lying very well.
Yeah. All right then. We'll get the truth out of the both of you when we go upstairs.
Oh, we haven't found the tiara yet.
Oh no. We've got a door over there. We've got this table. I don't know if anybody's searched yet.
Yeah,
Yep.
we did.
We did.
It had the incense.
Stefan, if you don't mind, why don't you have a peek at that door in the corner over there and see what's
All right, let me check it out. I'm gonna go
All
over
right.
here and take
Then
a listen.
at this point, I am going to hog tie him.
Oh, okay. You re-gag him and hog tie him. While you're doing that, Stefan, give me a perception check at the door.
Yikes.
You don't hear anything.
You think it's a door?
Right. I'm pretty sure this is a door.
Well, I suppose I'll carry this fella until we get upstairs.
You going to carry him? I've got him hog tied. We can tie him to the table. He's going nowhere.
We could knock him out.
I'd rather keep eyes on him.
Fine. He's hog tied. Carry him.
Flung over the shoulder.
Use an extra shield. Just use
Okay.
him as the shield.
Great.
He's a
Yep.
meat shield.
Yeah. Put the shield away and use my free arm to carry him.
I tie him to his shell.
He's pretty heavy to carry around with one arm.
So I tie him to his shell.
Yeah.
That's
How-
probably gonna.
How
Which one
strong
did you
is
see?
Gamelon?
He is,
15 strength?
15 strength, but like that's I mean like your maximum you can pick up is 225
Yeah,
and
I
you're
don't
carrying
know
quite a
about-
bit of other stuff.
Yeah.
You are capable of moving 450 pounds, but to pick it up and carry it, you're talking 225. So you could hoist him up, but you will be encumbered.
That's fine. I can always
All right.
drop him.
Okay, so you're lugging him around, and Stefan, you hear nothing at the door.
Is the door locked?
You don't see any visible locking mechanism, but it does, however, seem to be stuck. It just looked like a door with a handle. There's no Doesn't appear to be a lock on it. And if it was, there's nothing barring it on this side.
I am going to see if I can't ferret something out about why it might be stuck. Oops, that was Thieves' Tool, not investigation. Sorry.
Did I find any books?
So, kind of the same thing I told Busy. If there's a specific type of book you're looking for, let me know. But as far as like, this would be almost like going through the science section in a library. It's just all kinds of theory, and no book stands out to you. Like, there's nothing that like catches your eye.
Anything on passwords?
A cryptology book.
I'll just flip through it and see if there's a password in there.
Okay. You flip through it. Nothing of note.
And they showed me
Nothing
that
stands
note,
out to you.
That
We
note
doll.
of gibberish. Did I?
Oh, no, it's not written in Thieves' Cant or anything like that. You're not sure what
Okay.
this note says.
All right.
The door, you felt this before. This door is magically sealed. Probably with a spell.
Yep, we're stuck. Can't open. He just walks off.
Izzy will approach and try to use his magical knowledge to see if there's any way he thinks that we can open.
Sure. Arcana. That's a pretty good roll. Holy crap. It is possible to pick the door or break it down. You are certain that this is under the effects of an arcane lock, which makes the lock much more difficult to pick and the barrier much more difficult to break. But it's not out of the realm of possibility.
All right, he's like, all right, we got to work together on this one. It's going to be the toughest lock we've ever dealt with.
Ooh, I can
And
do guidance.
We can combine our skills. I think we might be able to do it.
All right. We'd
I
also
can provide
some games.
guidance.
There's only room
It
for
adds-
one of you to work
Guidance
on it.
is
Well,
just
no,
a
no, no, no.
1d4.
I'm not talking about you. I'm thinking about them. No, you guys could work
Okay.
together. You can either
I have
both roll or one of you can have advantage.
I have a +7, John.
Go for it.
Okay,
Busy's
so you're
helping out,
rolling
and
with
you have
advantage,
guidance.
and you have guidance as well.
Did you drop the guidance on me?
You can just roll a d4
I
if you want.
can't.
I'll
It
just-
just adds a d4.
I'll just roll a d4.
You can actually make an ability that says
That's all right.
check plus D4.
It's just guidance C.
Wow!
And a
Holy
4.
shit! You got a 31.
That should
All
do
right.
it.
How did you do
Oh
that?
my god. Okay, yeah, you keep working at it, and then eventually you manage to just shimmy the door just right, and like there's a spot where the runes meet up, and that's where the seal actually is, and you actually find it and interrupt it for a moment. For the next 10 minutes, the door will open freely, and the door slides open,
I step back and
revealing.
say, I was wrong. Apparently, we can't open it.
That's right. He was like, never mind, we can't. There is a unremarkable 10-foot by 20-foot room with 2 large chests
Can we
against the
drag the
south wall.
chests out?
Yeah.
Are they bolted down, or are they draggable out of there?
You can try to move them.
Because from Busy's Arcana knowledge, he knows that the door might lock again.
Yes, absolutely. You know that you've got 10 minutes once you've bypassed an arcane lock until it locks again.
All right, he's gonna quickly check to make sure it's not trapped if we
Sure,
try
give me a
and move
perception
them.
check.
Perception? Okay.
Okay, they don't appear to be trapped. They look like
And he
just 2
starts
chests
trying to
sitting
drag
on
one
the
of the chests out with him.
floor. It's heavy,
I'll try
but
to
you
grab
can
the
move
other
it.
one.
Okay, it's heavy. You can move both of them. It's not too bad. The chests don't feel like they're very full. So you slide them both out into the main chamber. No problem. What do you want to do?
All right, they didn't
Look in them.
seem trapped on the outside, but maybe we want to take a look before we try and open them up. Busy's gonna look for any traps on the locks or anything like that if they have any.
And I
Okay.
can help.
Just give me investigation checks. All right. Neither chest appears to be locked or trapped. Just see
Are
this
they
top of
locked?
Steve's head.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Are
Alright.
they locked?
Izzy opens the one on the left, or the one
Okay.
in front of him.
It just has platinum pieces in it. Lots of platinum pieces.
Well, that's good.
So
Looks like we're rich.
there
And
are a
under the
total.
platinum is more platinum.
There are a total of 600 platinum pieces in it.
Jesus.
Oh, take them all. That's gonna
When
buy
you
an
open the
airship.
other one, you see a wand, kind of lying crosswise in the corner. There's a large spell book. It's very clearly a spell book. Set on its end, binding up against the left side, and in the center, there's a large purple pillow with a very expensive-looking diamond tiara.
Yay!
Yes.
We found
I
the
want
crap.
the spell book.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna drop all this on the party inventory. Doink. The tiara looks incredibly valuable. The wand, it's a silver inlaid hardwood wand with a crystal clear ovid gem on the end of it.
Can we identify it, or
Well, not yet,
John will be able to.
unless somebody can identify right now.
If I identify a spell, it would take 10 minutes.
You guys want to spend 10 minutes identifying it?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
I've got different heads moving different
Sure,
directions
yeah.
as I look
Let's
up.
do it.
I think we should wait 10 minutes.
Okay. You are able to identify it, Busy. It is a wand of magic detection, ironically.
Oh.
Would have been helpful in this
Yes.
entire dungeon.
So,
Does it work?
it looks like this. And it can also be used as an arcane focus for a sorcerer, warlock, or wizard. And while holding it, you can expend one of its charges. It has 3 to cast the detect magic spell from it. And it regains 1d3 charges at dawn.
Oh,
Cool.
well, we have a
It does not require attunement.
warlock.
I would totally use that.
Okay,
Take
I'm
it.
going to award that to Nace. Doink. And it's going to go ahead and, I think, divvy the platinum. There it goes.
100 platinum. We're rich.
Well,
All right.
I reckon we ought to take this trapdoor up since we can't get back through that wall, of course.
I
How
guess,
are we going to get this guy up?
I will unhog tie him, but he is still going to be hobbled.
Yeah, you just tie him with enough rope between his hands so we can move him like this a little bit to go up the ladder, and he's still tied to me, so.
Yep, and his feet.
Okay. No problem. You adjust the ropes on him. He doesn't really resist. He just seems resigned that he is caught. But at least he's still alive. So.
All right, then. I'll take the lead. I shouldn't. I got a prisoner. Somebody else needs to take the lead.
I'll go up there. I got what is it? Dark vision. I got.
Okay, Stefan takes the lead
Well,
up.
We
You also have the
what,
crossbow of
shield
warning.
from the dwarf.
Yeah.
We should get things from the. Well, I've got the wizard spellbook. What was the other guy? The first
Fighter?
guy? Fighter?
Dead
Fighter.
human fighter.
Yeah, he had a shield and sword.
Might as well grab
Who
his
are you
longsword.
asking, Gamelon?
You. Because you fixed my character sheet to reduce the shield.
Oh, I think I already fixed it, didn't I?
I should be
He
at
should have 19 AC.
I have not fixed it. So, yeah, all I do is next to your armor class on the main sheet, there's an hourglass. If you click the hourglass, you can adjust the stuff there. I changed it back to 2.
Okay, got it. Okay, I see that now.
Okay. So, you travel up the trapdoor. and reach. Let me see it here. So you climb the ladder, and after about 60 feet, it reaches a trap door, which opens up, which is already open, and you find yourself in what you would guess is a pantry. And as you're emerging from the trap door, you see Karen standing there with several chainmail-clad fighters and a tall, imposing man in his 60s with gray-white hair and pale blue eyes. Karen notices you as you come to the top of the steps. Ah, I'm glad it was you who appeared. Please, come. So,
We found
Yeah,
some
we've got some news for you.
Good news and
I think
weird
you
news.
figured it out.
okay,
Good news
as
and
you
weird
get to
news.
as you all get out of the top of the stair, or get up into the pantry, he turns and says, "Please allow me to introduce Baron Charlaine. And who is this? I don't remember this person coming down with you."
This
He motions to Ketsani.
Is Fredricon around?
No, he's missing.
We found this one down there in the basement with some others.
Oh, I'm
who,
sorry. You're asking me, do you see him?
you personally,
Not telling Karen, is he around?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. No, you do not see Fredricon.
Yeah,
Spoiler, Karen's going to tell you he's missing in a minute. But
We'll
try
get
to
there.
try to act surprised when we get to that part. Dun dun dun. Okay.
Yeah, we found this fella in the basement along with some others what were less compliant. And he described someone what looked mighty like Fredricon who'd sent them down and let them through this trapdoor here.
Karen glances at Charlaine, who looks back and kind of he tilts his head, kind of like, yeah, that's what I thought. Karen says,
he had knowledge of the sword, at least.
And the tiara.
Likely the tiara, too.
well, these criminals, and his eyes are like daggers, killed 3 of my servants before apparently Fredricon showed them this trap door, which even I did not know about. Unfortunately, I can't find the old butler.
Well, they do say it's hard to find good help. But we have something for you.
2 somethings.
2 somethings, in fact.
Okay. Yeah, you present the sword. And at this point, Gamelon and Stefan, you notice Karen has 2 arms.
Oh, you grew
Wait
your
a
arm.
second. How'd you do that?
It was, and Charlaine steps forward and goes, "Magical aid."
Yeah, that's about the way of it.
Do I really think that this is Gamelon?
Yeah, that's Gamelon.
I'm pretty sure it's Gamelon. He's never
Not
been out of
Karen?
He hasn't been out of your sight the whole time.
Karen.
I'm not
Sure.
that good a rope.
Sure, you can make an insight check.
Insight. Does this seem like the same fool that we were dealing with earlier?
Yes, it does seem like Karen. I didn't realize Weedle thought he was a fool, but it seems like the same man. It looks like him, talks like him. If I changed his accent, it was unintentional.
No,
No, several
I didn't mean
sessions
that.
ago.
I don't remember what the accent
That was like
was.
4 sessions ago. I don't remember what his accent.
Well,
I
the
just
creepy
find it
music
amazing.
doesn't help.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
sure.
spent-
Do you guys want
That
something
was-
more upbeat?
We spent 8 hours out of 2 days.
Seems ominous.
We come up in the pantry.
It is kind of
they're
ominous music.
Right there, and he's got an arm back.
Sure.
I mean, his servants were killed around this area, I'm assuming. So
Yeah, I'll hand off this prisoner fella to one of these.
Yeah, Karen won't.
here.
Yeah.
You can.
All right. Well, we're gonna try and do something a little happier here. There we go. Is this happier music? Try and keep it happy.
Very good.
So, how is Baron Charlaine
Surely.
dressed?
Like a noble. He's wearing a padded coat. That's very, very nice. There's a lot of embroidery on it. He has puffed out sleeves. He has a white trimmed beard, white hair. He looks to be in his 60s, but he carries himself like a noble.
But he's not wearing armor.
No, he is not currently wearing armor. You do note on he has calloused hands. He's definitely handled weaponry. He has a melee, a martial fighter's hands.
Okay.
So, Karen turns to his two guards and points to Katzani and says, I'm going to give you one chance to possibly spare your execution right here where you're standing. Give me something right now before I tell them to execute you. And the cleric looks, and he can't talk, he's gagged. He looks at you, Gamelon, and he kind of nuzzles down like that and indicates his chain shirt, like something in there. Okay, you reach in and pull out. There is a notebook with like a leather strap around it. Looks like a small journal. Okay, you're muted, by the way.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Yeah, I'll hand that over to Karen.
Well, does it have that cipher?
Yeah, we should read it.
Oh yeah, crack it open. Is it all enciphered or what is it?
When you start to open it up, it's written in a very elegant script, but no, it is not encrypted or anything like that. Karen reaches out a gloved hand for it.
I'll hand it over to him. Oh, hey, we found this note too. What we couldn't do.
Charlaine offers his hand out for that.
I don't remember who had it. Somebody in the party had it.
I think Brian had it.
I should read all, so he may have had it. But
Okay.
sure, he will pass it over.
Sure.
And also, does Charlaine know anything about that necromancer note?
The
The one
necromancer
we gave
note.
to Karen.
That sent us here in the first place.
Yeah. He has looked at it. And as he starts to say, yes, I did read it. I may have an idea of who he was referring to. That's something we'd like to discuss. And as Karen is just leafing through the book, he's like, yeah, this was my father's. And as he gets he's leafing through it, and he just kind of flips and looks at the back. And as he starts reading, he looks really anxious, and he hands it to Charlaine, who looks at it, and he kind of nods, and he says, please, we have several servants to see to. I would appreciate it if you could stay or return in the morning. By the way, it's afternoon.
Yeah.
If you could stay, I have something I must attend to, and I would like to speak with you again. If not, I can give you your reward now. You've done wonderfully, but I need to look into this, and then I have somewhere to be.
Well, I don't know about the rest of yous, but I'd certainly prefer to stay out here rather than in that bustlesome city.
This is a tower. I mean, I'd kind of like to go to the city.
I mean, if they're offering the nice accommodations, Busy's fine with resting after having a hard day in the dungeon.
How long would it take for us to go to the city and come back?
Yeah.
A day. It'd be tomorrow before you were back.
Oh. Well, I guess
It'll be at least an hour into town, and then at least
We'd be
an
able
hour
to get
back.
to the city, stay in the city, do our shopping, and come back, right? In a day.
Sure. Yeah.
Or we can stay here, recuperate.
Why don't we just stay here, rest, and
We get a bit more money, and then we can do all the shopping.
Well, this way we have contacts going in the city.
Yeah.
If we don't go on another goose chase that's immediate.
How about this? We wait here tonight, and then we'll listen to you in the morning. But no matter what, we need to go to the city before we do anything else.
Works.
Of course. Charlaine kind of smiles. You swear he almost kind of gives a wink, like, yep, I get it, the adventurer's life. And Karen has 6 bags brought, which he gives to each of you before he departs. Each one has 300 gold pieces in it, and which is your agreed upon price. He seems quite thrilled with the tiara and the greatsword, and with that he takes his leave.
Hey,
and
when I get my money, I want to shake his hand vigorously.
Is it still attached?
It is.
Yeah, he shakes your hand. He kind of catches on to what you're doing, and he just smiles and shakes your hand.
We don't.
Hey, it's always good to have things back.
And says, "Where's the flatware you promised me?"
He was promised a set of silver.
Yep.
All right, and
We got one silverware 12 sets, remember? Or was that from the basement?
Once again, I got
No, that was from the basement.
That was from the basement.
Oh, so do we have 13 sets now?
Can we note that gold on sheets, or can you put it in the party thing?
Oh, we also lost the great sword and the diamond tiara.
I think
Yeah,
the
you should take
spellbook
all
was
that.
supposed to go to Nace. And then the
Also, where's that
greatsword
wizard
plus
spellbook?
2. I haven't added it.
Okay.
I will tell you this, it has no spells that are not in the big spell book you got. But you could sell it.
I just want to look through them. That's
Okay.
fine. I still want to look through it.
Where was the silver tiara? There, diamond tiara. That's what I meant. And remove that one. Okay. So, dinner is wonderful. There are rooms for each of you in the manor. It's a pretty somber mood. 3 of the servants on the grounds were killed when
Right, gotta
Fredricon
cook our own meals.
let them in. Wow. Take it easy, Gray Fox. Thanks for stopping by. After the dinner service, then you can either retire to the den or go to your rooms, whatever you want to do. Just let me know.
I want to study my scrolls and figure out what I got.
Okay. So the 2 scrolls you had were both the knock spell. So can warlocks use arcane scrolls? I can't remember.
I don't know. I'll look it up.
I think you can, but they are scrolls of knock.
Oh, so if we didn't get a great roll, we might have been able to use those.
Great.
That is true.
We almost could have gone
37
back.
had to be the best roll in history.
Let's see, scroll of knock, 2 of them. Did I identify those? I did not. I will identify that. Okay, and that is going to Nace as well. And boom. Okay, those are on Ace's sheet. Should be.
Thanks. Can Busy use scrolls too, or?
I don't know if you can use arcane scrolls or not. You have to check.
Oh, look.
The spell book you had, I don't know if I identified it. I'm going to check. It is identified. The spells in the spell book are Tensor's Floating Disc, Magic Missile, Protection from Good and Evil, Continual Flame, Knock, Mirror Image, and Invisibility.
I did not write those down. Or does that
It's in your inventory, the spellbook K.
Oh, okay, great.
Should keep that in case somebody re-rolls a wizard.
You can you can look through that at your leisure.
I'm gonna retire for the night.
Eventually you'll learn what I can do,
Okay,
Scott.
Stefan's gonna retire. What's everybody else want to do? So Nace is digging through his spell books. What's everybody else want to do?
Because he's reading the construct book.
Okay.
I'm going to go to my room and look at
Make
my
an intelligence check for me.
gems.
Wow. You understand it. It's like you were made to read this. You will have advantage on any checks right now for dealing with either knowledge of constructs or creating constructs.
All right.
I'm going
And that
to retire.
basically consumes your evening reading that.
I'm going to retire outside somewhere where I camped out previously and burn some of that fancy incense in that brass bowl I found and say a few prayers to Ixion, thank him for a fantastic journey and some marvelous feats of power demonstrating his glory, and do that kind of thing. Just kind of hang out outside and chill.
Okay.
Also tracked off a block of incense from my inventory.
Karna and Shell retire and trance and think about all the good times he's had already.
Okay. So morning comes. It is nice, beautiful day, clear skies, hardly any clouds. It's the middle of summer right now, so definitely a beautiful time in Karamikos. You're close enough to the ocean that you still catch a lot of the breeze coming up from the water. And breakfast is served as you arise at your various paces. And in the morning, you are ready to set off for Penhaligon if you want. Baron Charlaine is, you don't see him that morning. And you also actually don't see Karen by like 9 a.m. Like you guys have been up for a while and you haven't seen Karen anywhere.
Yeah, can we get long rested?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry. Rest. There it is. Long rest. Okay. Everybody should be full health. Have half your hit dice back. Although I think it's rounded down, so.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
To Penhaligon and beyond.
Indeed.
And back.
Okay. You head into Penhaligon.
Yeah, we'll leave
Maybe we should leave a note that says we left for Penhaligon.
we'll leave a
we'll
note for
return.
Karen and tell him we
Sure, or you can just tell the servants. Like,
Oh,
we'll
I thought
be
they were
back.
all dead. Okay.
No,
Not all of them.
It's a whole manor. Remember when you guys walked up? There's several buildings. Like,
They're
Somehow
all-
I forgot how many there were.
okay. So you let the servants know that you'll be back. I'm assuming later today. And you set out for Penhaligon. The journey's about an hour. It is uneventful. When you arrive at the gates, Penhaligon is it's a town, but it's a very large town, and it's big enough that it actually has a 15-foot wall built around it out of stone. There is a not like a huge proper murder box gatehouse, but it does have a tower on either side of a large portcullis. It's currently raised, and the wooden gates are like double doors. They're currently open. There are 3 guards, one on each side of the door and one standing at the center. As you're approaching, you do see a wagon that's leaving the city coming up, and you see the guard just turn to them, talks to them for a moment, shakes one of their hands, and then that cart leaves. As it goes by you, it looks like it's a merchant cart. They just give you like a friendly nod, tip of the hat. Outside of that, they don't say anything. And they appear to be heading west, which would eventually turn south on the Duke's Road. As you get closer to the gate, you see the guard. He's just watching you as you close. Doesn't really make any move. Okay.
Just wave.
Is this a normal, like, you have to stop before you enter? Or can you just kind of come in?
Yeah, it's pretty normal to the city guard for them to question people coming in. Not like an interrogation, but just checking who you are. So as you walk up and wave, he waves back, says, "Well met, travelers. What brings you to Penhaligon today?"
Shopping.
Doing some shopping.
We've got some goods to sell and some wares to buy.
Well, there's definitely plenty of opportunities at the market. So, good fortune to you there. Are you familiar with the laws and requirements to enter Penhaligon?
No.
Not specifically, no.
Very well. He starts to launch into a very rehearsed diatribe. You can tell he must say this like 500 times a day. He says, "All weapons outside of daggers must be banded and lashed. Fighting with using a weapon on another person in city limits is punishable by imprisonment and or death, if not in self-defense. Please, theft will get you this, blah, blah, blah." It basically just says don't do bad stuff. And by lash, they just mean you need to have a leather strap wrapped around the hilt to your scabbard for any, like for swords bigger than a dagger. But so like for a rapier, you just need to have a leather. And most scabbards have like 2 pins where you can hook a leather strap over it to make it to where you're just fastening so it's harder to draw. So, but they don't confiscate weapons. You're allowed to carry your weapons around. You're allowed to wear your armor. But violence is not smiled upon. If for any reason you feel that you need one of your weapons, you should instead find the city guard. And they will handle it. While you are in Penhaligon, you're expected to obey these rules. Outside of that, we welcome you to our town. If you are looking for any specific type of place, I would suggest heading to the market square, and you can find someone to direct you to just about anything you want.
Oh, I expect that'll be nicely for us.
Where's the best armory?
Well, my personal opinion would be probably the armory on Front Street. When you reach the market, take a left, go down the main street. You'll see it on your left. You can't miss it.
Thank you. Well met, sir. I'm Weedall.
Nice to meet you, Weedall.
And you
As
are?
he reaches out, you notice his hand drops down over his coin purse, and he shakes your hand.
And you are?
Jesus, Scott, really?
Random.
Nunya.
No, there it is. That's his name.
Nanya.
No,
No, that's fine.
no. His name's Dimitri.
Okay, Dimitri. Well met, Dimitri. You can keep your coin purse. We shan't be causing issues here.
That's
Shan't?
good to hear. We don't like issues.
We don't like issues either. We're here for shopping.
All right. He steps back and motions his arm that you can enter.
Good.
So, what are your plans?
I want to go to the armory on Front Street where my good friend Dimitri sent me.
Okay. Everybody good with going to the armory first?
Sure.
I totally
Sure.
want to figure out where the magic stuff is.
Yes.
Like a magic shop.
Okay. It's pretty easy to find that there is the biggest magic shop is the Magic Curioso, which is actually also on Front Street, just down from the armory. Your inquiries kind of lead you to understand that Front Street has a whole lot of the higher end shops and market areas, whether that's because the guilds, like I said, well, this is a nice neighborhood, we're going to put all of our shops here, or if they just all happen to be business partners. But Front Street seems to be the sweet spot for pretty much anything you're looking for.
I'm down for that.
Okay.
Street.
I'm totally going just right on past the armory.
Okay. Any other places people want to visit? Okay. So, who all is going to the armory? Who all is going to the Magic Curioso?
We need to
Carnine will be going to the armory.
sell our loot and divide up the stuff before we head
Okay.
to the magic. So I suppose.
I am also going to the armory.
As far as selling all the stuff you've gotten, I can assume that between the Curioso and the armory, you would be able to sell your stuff at one or the other.
Did Nace need any parchment and ink for his own stuff or no?
I have a lot of parchment and ink right now.
Okay.
And did we divide up that platinum we found already, or where did that
Yeah,
go?
it's already been
It's in
divvied.
our party.
Everybody has
our
a
characters
lot
now.
of
Yeah, I,
money.
didn't say I haven't seen them on gold.
platinum
So.
at this point.
We have like
Yeah.
2,000, over 2,000 each-ish, I think.
Everybody has over 100 platinum. Most of you have 149 platinum right now, which is almost 1,500 gold. So, between all of those places, you ended up getting roughly a little less than 600 gold. Well, actually, about 600 gold for all of the loot and stuff you acquired, which I'll distribute among you. So, those of you who attend the armory first, Weedle, you arrive at the armory. It is called the Iron Keg, and it's there is a giant. It looks like a brew barrel, except it's made out of steel, and it looks like it's one piece, which is actually quite masterful smithing. And it has an open air stall for the storefront, and then in the back, the building itself is quite large. It's probably 50 by 50, 2 stories tall, with a giant chimney coming out of the top. And you can see many apprentices working at a forge around a center, like the central fire, and then there's anvils all around it, and tools, and suits of armor, and all kinds of things hung up around on the walls. And then at the front is an open air stall where a large burly human, he's shirtless, wearing like a big heavy black leather apron. It might be black, it might be brown, it might just be stained with soot and ash. But he's got giant arms. You can see he's got casually holds a rather massive smithy hammer, and he's currently working a pair of horseshoes at the front anvil as people walk by. And it's pretty clear he's mostly people watching as opposed to working the shoes, so which actually look like they're finished.
All right. I'm going to go up. I'm going to introduce myself, and I'm going to say I'm looking for armor. And my friend Dimitri at the front gate, not really my friend, just the guard suggested that we come here, and yours was the shop to shop at for armor.
I assume he'll be wanting me to buy him a drink later. That sounds like Dimitri. Well, my name is Bart, and I'm happy to help you. What exactly are you looking for?
So really, I'd like to find some studded leather of the rare variety.
What do you mean rare?
I mean enchanted.
Ah, enchanted leather armor. Well, that's different, isn't it? Let me see. Just one moment. Is there anything else you're looking for?
Not me.
You have other enchanted armors or shields?
I do have a small stock of enchanted items. I've done some work in cooperation with the Magic Curioso, and he's enchanted a few. We have together crafted a few enchanted items. However, there's not a huge market for it here, so my supplies are limited. What are you looking for?
Either breastplates or shields. Want to attach them to this here armor I have in some way or fashion, if I can.
Okay. Just a second here. Let's go with. There's a lot of those. Okay, and you're looking for a breastplate. Okay.
If I disappear, it's because I've gotten knocked off of power again. Got more storms coming in.
Make this thing called a UPS.
Not when the internet and the whole house power goes down.
Well, you got to put a UPS on your router too.
Exactly.
Okay.
This thing called UPSs.
So, he actually has one suit of enchanted leather armor, studded leather.
Okay.
It will not be cheap. It would be 2,000 gold for the set. And he also has an enchanted breastplate. It's actually a pretty good seller. However, the enchanted breastplate goes for... Whoops, hold on, that's not right. Ooh. No, that's not right. 3,500 gold pieces.
I have to save up for that one. Any shields? Any fancy shields?
Oh, that's right. You did ask about shields. He has a... The only shield he has is more expensive than that. He has an enchanted shield that protects you against magic. But if 3,500 is out of your price range, that is definitely out of your price range. He's looking for 7,500 for that minimum.
Something to strive for. Might be back in a few weeks.
Perfect. Who else went to the armory, by the way?
I'm there. I'm wondering if you have any enchanted rapiers.
No, he does not have any. He doesn't have a lot of enchanted weaponry. He does mostly armoring. There is another smith who specializes in magic weapons, or who would make magic weapons, but pretty much any of the ones he makes, he sells to the Magic Curioso. And then he gives it to them and they sell it and take a commission. So most of the enchanted weaponry he makes. The armor I keep here because it just takes up so much room in their shop. But weaponry they tend to keep there.
Okay. How about bolts? Is this the place for bolts or is that another store also?
I mean, I've got a boy who could make them, but I would probably just go to the Fletcher. You'd probably get a better deal.
Thank you.
It'd be a waste of my boy's time, and I have to pay them a wage, so I'd have to charge you. Is Karn on here?
He is, but since we don't have any enchanted daggers or short swords, I guess he needs the Fletcher really as well.
Well,
replace his rust-eaten arrows.
Well, there's something that you've noticed, however. Whoops. Ooh, come on, type. Jesus. So, no, that's not it. The shit. You notice something in the back, or not in the back, but of his armor on display. He has a set of plate mail that is it's too thin for a human. And you notice it has tons of scroll work and filigree on it. It has lots of angled points and stuff on it. It looks elven.
Is that Elven by any chance?
Yes, you have a good eye. Is that something you might be interested in? It's Elven Plate. Light as a feather. Great protection, though.
Oh, that sounds awfully nice. What are you looking for said Elven Plate?
He is looking for 6,000 gold pieces.
6,000?
Yeah, it's about 4 times the cost of plate mail. Said, I got that from the trader's village at Revillion, and I haven't found someone to take it yet, but I've convinced myself it was a good investment. It's as light as a chain shirt. Same protection as plate mail.
I'm thinking you still have not found anybody to take it yet.
Maybe when we're richer. We've been making a lot of money recently.
As I have to save up for that. I'm a little short today.
Well,
is there anything you would be interested in trading? Can I trade in my current armor?
How much do you need me to come down?
Let's see.
See your sheet. I'll tell you how much money you have.
About roughly 2,000 gold. I'm guessing.
See, that's 1,500. You have about 2,200.
Yeah.
1,500 in platinum and a little over 700 in gold.
And,
so a lot. You need to come down more than half.
You have to come down a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought of something. Do you have any maces?
Maces? We might have a few of regular make.
I guess we don't actually have anyone that wears heavy armor.
Karnan could.
Yeah.
But that's it. He's the only one.
Yeah. Wheel, you buying that fancy studded leather?
I don't know. I'm contemplating it. 2,000 seems a little high.
I suppose we could check out the other shop, and you have the money. I think you have the money for it, but
I do. But 2,000 seems a little high. That leaves me less money to buy my airship later.
Right, but we're making money quite fast.
We are.
For his airship.
Let's perchance see the other shop. Please, keep the studded leather available throughout the day. If I'm not back, then you can put it away again. Thank you.
Do you do layaway?
That'll cost you 10 gold if you want me to hold it for the day.
Nope.
Okay.
I only had 2,000. I don't have 2,010.
Okay. I wish you the best of luck then. Okay. While they are at the armory, the rest of you went to the Curioso?
I did.
So Brian,
I'm going to
Neil,
start walking that way.
Yeah,
okay.
I think we're all
So this
gonna
is
start
Brian
walking
and Neil there, Nason Gamelon. You arrive at the Curioso. When you first come in, there is a young man. He has kind of reddish brown hair. He's dark complected. He has like red silk robes on, a goofy little hat that's kind of turned crooked with a little spiral going up it. Like it looks maybe like a snake, but not really. More like someone wrapped Play-Doh around it. It looks like it might be comfortable. As you enter his shop, the Magic Curioso is the exact opposite of the open-air armorer's market. It is a clustered, cramped, claustrophobic little room. It's about 20 by 20. It's just lots of shelves with boxes and trinkets and baubles and wands and all kinds of stuff lining the shelves. And he is just sitting in the corner on a stool, thumbing through a small little handwritten book. He looks up when you walk in, kind of nods to you. Greetings, welcome to the Magic Curioso. How may I help you?
Hey, what you reading?
He closes it, turns it to you. It's just a book on enchanting technique. You've never seen anything like it. It's complete gibberish to you.
Oh, that's really cool. I've been reading this recently, and I'm going to hold up Kavorquian spellbook.
Okay. He nods. So, you are of the studied arts, then? Perhaps you're looking for spell scrolls?
I don't know. I've never actually been to Penalagon. I kind of thought I'd see what you guys have.
Oh man, you could put the scrolls up there and go knock knock.
I'm glad you're not here.
Jesus.
Oh, that's rough. So
do you guys have anything other? Like, I see there's wands, there's scrolls and things. Do you have any other stuff, like, I don't know, armor or items or rings or...
If you're looking for armor, I would suggest trying the armored keg. The Iron Keg. Here we deal more in the items that a mage might acquire. I do have a few magical weapons for the martial types, but obviously I would expect that they would need their mage partner to help them find one, since they can't read.
I can totally relate to that. Those idiots, man.
You don't by chance have any prayer beads or any of them magic weapons you were talking about of the bludgeoning variety?
So based on your attire and that symbol, I would assume you are a divine practitioner?
Ixion, yes. He served me well.
Very well. Let me see what I've got in my inventory. He puts that book down and he pulls out a little leather. It's a lot more pliable, and he starts flipping through it, looking through the pages. And,
Try very carefully not to knock anything over in this place when I'm looking around.
So, he actually has several maces. They are a popular pick among the divine practitioners. I have a mace of smiting, which is a traditional magical mace, but is particularly devastating when used on constructs. I have a vicious mace, which when it strikes true, deals truly devastating blows. And then I also have just a simple enchanted mace, if you're just looking for something that will overcome innate resistances that you might find in some of the more ferocious beasts you find in the countryside.
Simple magic. Plus something.
Mace plus one.
That's trying to get in my head what we're talking about.
Yeah, sure. So the other two are actually, they are considered plus one maces. However, the Mace of Smiting deals 2d6 extra bludgeoning damage. I'm sorry, it's a plus 3 weapon. It's plus 1 mace, plus 3 versus constructs, and on a 20 it does an additional 2d6 damage. and if it's driven to 25 hit points or fewer, starting over. It's a +1 magic damage, or +1 bonus, +3 against a construct. On a 20, period, it does an additional 2d6 damage. On a 20 against a construct, it does 4d6 additional damage. And if any construct hit with it is driven to 25 points or fewer, it's destroyed outright. A vicious mace is just a magical mace, so it overcomes natural resistance, but no bonus to hit or anything. It also does an extra 7 damage when you hit with a 20. And then a +1 mace is just +1 to hit, +1 to damage, and overcomes natural resistances.
Gotcha.
The mace, he is looking for 250 gold, just for the enchanted mace. The vicious mace is 1,000, and the mace of smiting is actually 3,000 gold.
Ooh, that's quite the hole. Let me think about it for a minute here.
Sure, take your time.
What did you say the second one was?
Mace. The vicious mace is 1,000, and the mace of smiting is 3,000.
Roger that. Thank you.
Nace?
I'm kind of looking for more like generic items. So like, are there any like rings, cloaks, like bags of holding?
Sure.
Just generic magic items. Like, does he have some things with unique effects?
Sure, absolutely. So at the mention, is this what you're telling him you're looking for?
Yeah, just kind of an idea. Like, I'm looking for odds and ends, like not necessarily something specific. Something that piques my interest.
So he does have a haversack, Heward's handy haversack. It's a backpack that has a central pouch and 2 side pouches that are extra dimensional spaces. They can hold up to 20 pounds of material, up to 2 cubic feet. That's the side ones. The central pouch can hold up to 8 cubic feet or 80 pounds. The bag always weighs 5 pounds no matter what.
Okay.
And when you reach into one, whatever item you want is always on top.
And how much is that?
He wants 1,000 gold for the handy haversack.
Okay. And can we just go through some of the other stuff?
Sure, absolutely. Let me switch over to tell you what rings he's got. Boop. Get rid of that. So he has a ring of water walking, if you're interested in that, which is exactly what it sounds like.
I have a Rakasta friend, so we do tend to stay away from water, obviously.
Okay. It'd be 200 gold for the ring of water walking. He also has a ring of mind shielding, which makes you immune to magic that allows other creatures to read your thoughts, know if you're lying or your alignment, stuff like that. You can also cause the ring to become invisible while you're wearing it.
How much is that?
He wants 500 gold for the ring of mind shielding.
Okay.
Then let's see. We go to wondrous items. That's probably a good one to look at. He does have a set of boots of elven kind. Your steps make no sound regardless of the surface you're moving on. You get advantage on stealth checks. Those would be 400 gold. He has a cloak of protection. Gives you +1 to your armor class and saving throws. He wants 500 gold for that. He has he does have a Pearl of Power. You can use it to regain an expended spell slot.
Does it go away after you use it?
It can be used once per day. Yeah.
Oh.
You can use it to regain one spell
warlocks.
slot, but it is the new slot you get back is If it's 4th level or higher, then you get a 3rd level slot back. So it gives you up to a 3rd level slot back.
And how much is that?
The Pearl of Power is 400 gold.
Those are super useful.
Okay. Anything else, like boots or amulets or anything?
He has a pair of sending stones. It's a smooth stone that matches the paired one. When you touch one stone, you can use an action to cast a sending spell. Whoever's holding the other stone hears it. It can be used once per day.
Rust.
Those are 250 gold.
And how many
and-
cloaks of protection did he have?
Just the one. And he also has one yellow elemental gem.
Two? I thought it was 10. I thought we said 10, 10, 10. Oh, Electrum. Sorry.
Or Electrum, or is it half?
I apparently have
Correct.
30 of them. I don't know why.
Oh,
I'm
EP
sorry,
is
what was
worth-
the last item?
Electrum is a 50-cent piece. It's half a gold.
Yeah, that's right. Electrum. Sorry.
What was the last
he has
item?
the last thing he has is an elemental gem. He has a yellow elemental gem. It's a mote of elemental energy. If you use an action to break it, an earth elemental is summoned as though you cast conjure elemental spell, and the gem's magic waste is over then. So it has an earth elemental trapped inside it.
It's a one-time use.
It's a one-time use, and he wants 400 gold for that.
Okay.
The Earth Elementals are quite strong. And they obey you the entire time?
It'd be the same as if you cast conjure elemental. I'd have to actually check if you have to establish control. Conjure elemental. Boop. Call for
I
the
want
servant,
the
choose an
Ring of Mind
area.
Shielding, the Boots of Elvenkind, the Cloak of Protection, the Pearl of Power.
Earth elemental rises up from the ground. It's friendly to you and your companions for the duration. It lasts for 1 hour, and it is concentration. If concentration is broken, it does not disappear. You lose control of it, and it becomes hostile towards you and your companions. It might attack. And it'll disappear 1 hour after it was summoned. So, don't lose concentration.
Mixed blessing there.
Yeah.
Now, is there any negotiating in these in general?
I don't know, is there?
Oh,
I would like to be a young whippersnapper and not be deceptive, but try to talk him down a little bit from his prices.
For
Because
that
I would
bulk
like
purse that you're
4
making.
items.
Yeah.
What would it take to get you into this haversack today?
Haversack.
don't get in the haversack.
Which item do you
I'm
wanna...
looking the Mind Shielding, the Boots of Elvenkind, the Cloak of Protection, the Pearl of Power.
Okay.
All the good stuff.
So, the Pearl of Power was 400?
Mind Shielding was 500, Boots of Elvenkind 400, Cloak of Protection 500, Pearl of Power 400.
Yeah, it's 1800 for what he wants to buy.
So, you want all of them?
Yes.
Okay. You could make a persuasion check if you want to try and talk him down. Be opposed.
Okay.
Very nice. He is willing to take 1,500 if you are taking all 4 of them.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. And I want to thank him for being such a gracious host. And what's his name?
Saragiv.
Are you commonly around here?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, if we come back, would you be the person I'm probably talking to?
Well, I own the shop, so yes.
Ah, thank you, Sir Gev. I think I would like to come back here. I really like this shop.
Well, we will always be here. Okay, Pearl of Power. I'll put that in the sheet. You said the haversack?
No,
No, not the haversack.
Ring of Mind Shielding, Boots of
Oh.
Elvenkind,
Ring
Cloak of
Mind
Protection,
Shield.
and Pearl of Power.
Oh, I have it set to wondrous items. No wonder. Here. Protection. There is the Cloak of Protection. The Mind
So
Shielding.
every Electrum is half a gold.
Correct.
So it'd be like 15.
Cloak of Protection, Pearl of Power, Mind Shielding, and what's the last one I'm forgetting?
It's a
Pearl
velvet.
Power.
Protection, Mind Shield.
Boots of Elvenkind, Ring of
Oh,
Mind Shield.
Boots of Elvenkind. Gotcha. That's the one I'm missing. Boots of Elvenkind. There we go. Okay, I put them all in the party tracker. Take
Thank you.
1,500 gold off.
I'm mathing what I have because it's kind of a cluster.
Sure. So around this time, the rest of you arrive at the Magic Curioso.
You're sold out?
No.
Did you buy everything, Mace? You got a lot of stuff there.
Awesome.
There's
Um,
still a haversack.
He has
Oh, I
a-
see some wands. What are these wands doing?
Oh, go ahead.
The wands, that's right. You are probably interested in wands. I will tell you what wands he has available. Hello? Wands. Oh, I typed wands instead of like filtering it to wands. Type. Wand. Hold on. Wife is lighting me up here. Okay, wand. Okay, they have, he has a wand of magic missiles, which the wand of magic missiles, he is looking for 500 gold. He also has a wand of the war mage, which he also is looking for 500 gold. So, Wand of the War Mage is basically a +1 to spell attacks and DC.
I can't also infuse that, can I? I don't think I can.
I don't know. I'm fuzzy on
Double
it.
check.
I can't remember. And then the Wand of Magic Missiles has 7 charges. You can expend 1 or more of the charges to cast Magic Missile from it. Each charge will be 1 level of spell slot for it. It regains charges daily at dawn. When you use the last charge, there is a chance that the wand will crumble to ashes and be destroyed.
Yep, just never use that last charge. Any other wands or just the 2?
Those are his 2 uncommon ones. He does have, among his rare wands, he has a wand of paralysis.
Great party trick, that one.
Yeah. It can paralyze a target for up to 1 minute. Same deal as the
person,
magic
pretty much.
missile, really. Yeah, it's basically a wand of whole person. He is looking for 4,000 gold for that one, though. It's a little nastier. And then he also has one that's just kind of a fun one. He has a wand of pyrotechnics. You can shoot multicolored light at a point you see up to 60 feet away. And that one, he's only wants 100 gold for it.
Busy's plops down 500 for. He'll grab the one of magic missiles, and he's thinking about the other ones, other things to buy.
Well, friend,
He'll get filled in on all the other items that weren't bought yet. So we got
Sure.
water walking, sanding stones, and the earth elemental gem, and the handy haversack.
Correct.
I'll start plunking bags of money on the counter. 3,000, ye said, for that smiting base.
All right,
Yes.
And I'm only need 200 for that.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh man, nice.
Here's your total.
Smiting. Oops. Mace.
Emelan's getting powerful.
Hear that.
Any more of the sword guardians we come up against.
Mace of Smiting. Yeah, that's the one that obliterates a construct.
Yep.
It knocks the shit out of other stuff. I'm gonna have to set up the thing for that one. The crit damage roll thing on it.
Sounds like fun.
It'll be a big long string I gotta put on the weapon, but I should be able to do it. I think it's a crit 2d6 and then an if type crit 2d6, so it'll do an additional 2d6 if it's the right type.
Mm-hmm. I'll let you figure that shit out because I don't know the scripting.
Yeah. No, I'll do that. I'll do that in between sessions.
Oh, I suppose the wand of the War Mage is pretty much exactly what my infusion does. I can't like double up on it, but I could infuse someone else's wand or use a different infusion. So it's still good.
What do the infusions do?
I can magically infuse weapons to be like a +1, or I chose a couple. I think I can do weapons +1.
Oh, you've got a variety of things you can just apply. Okay.
Yeah, I can enhance armor +1, enhance an arcane focus. Oh, I could make us a bag of holding now. If I buy this wand of the War Mage, I can use my infusion for a bag of holding.
Interesting.
But
Cool.
then we're stuck with me having my infusion held up by bag of holding. Do I want to do that?
I think you're more useful as a generalist.
Busy wants to buy 3 things. He wants to buy magic missile, wand of the War Mage, and the pyrotechnics wand. Just loading up on wands. So,
Dang.
I'm gonna clean this guy out. He's gonna love us.
Okay, you're buying.
gonna-
Hold on. What all are you buying now?
the War Mage wand, the magic missile wand, and the wand of pyrotechnics for
Holy
1,100
cow.
gold. And he's gonna
Okay.
try and convince him that since he's buying 3, maybe a little
Hey, maybe I
discounts in
can
order.
help you out since you're my buddy.
Sure.
Either one of you can roll. One of you roll to help, and the other one can roll, and we'll see if who's rolling to help first.
I have a +3 persuasion.
Busy's got a +1, so he'll. It
Okay,
seems
so
like
Nace
Nace
is
has a
gonna do the
good
talking.
Nace has a good relationship already, so
Okay,
Busy
so
notices
Busy's
this somehow.
helping. Nace,
Yep.
Busy is adjusting the DC. You just get a regular roll.
Okay.
He'll knock 10% off of it.
Hey. See what I do for you, Busy?
Great.
All right, let me. Go back
990
up
gold.
here.
Is that what it ends up being?
Yeah, Sergev has the best magic shop I have ever been to.
Saragev.
Saragev, I'm sorry. I misunderstood you. Saragev has the best magic shop I've ever been to.
It's actually
Yes.
Gev. Like a. There's a
I
yes
said
sound in
Gev.
there.
Like Gyev kind of?
Yeah, that's how it sounds like. Saragev.
Saragev has the best.
There's a big Slavic slant in Troldaran names.
I get it.
so-
I get it.
Okay. God, which ones am I giving you now?
Magic missile, War Mage, and pyrotechnic wands.
Yeah, I already did the magic missile one. Wand of the War
Magic
Mage
missile one's awesome.
+1 and Wand of Pyrotechnics. Pew pew. Are those all identified? I didn't check. Nope. Identify that one. I think I have to identify all of these.
Yeah, because I don't.
They're all. I'm just putting them in the party tracker. You guys
Yeah,
will.
I'm
do
Right,
them
right.
there. So
Well,
if
once
you grab
we move
them
them,
before
they
I.
won't identify, right?
No, they'll
Yeah.
be identified once I've. If I identify them already before you move them, they'll be fine.
Okay.
Cloak of Protection. And Boots of Elven Kind. Okay, everything's identified. Okay. Sergeyev lets you know, like, that's it. That's his stock. He does not have anything left.
He still had the Ring of Water Walking, right?
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, he doesn't have anything else.
Okay.
Did I miss the ring? Did you guys get the Ring of Water Walking?
We didn't buy it, no.
Yeah, I
No,
didn't
but
think
some
so.
of us are walking on our way there.
Everybody's
Oh, my
there
breath.
now.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, that's what I said. You guys are all there now.
Okay. Well, I'd like to get the Ring of Water Walking.
Okay.
You said that was 200?
Yes.
I don't suppose he has any other martial weapons.
Got those 2 other maces. Vicious and +1.
He had the maces. He has a couple weapons for the beefier guys. Let me look. I'll tell you what he's got.
Because Stefan was asking about rapiers, and they said they sold them to him. And I would like to look at rapiers as well.
Death side.
Well, it's more important for you to have a rapier than Stefan.
Yeah, but it was Stefan's idea. I'm not going to go in there. Hey, good idea. I'll take it. he gets first pick.
A vicious rapier of self-fighting.
Right? Eat your face.
Everybody you stab with it does half damage to you.
He has one enchanted rapier.
Stefan, it's your idea. Your first choice.
Is it just a +1 rapier?
Yeah, that's what I call an enchanted rapier.
Okay.
By all means, we'd all.
It would be 500 gold for the enchanted rapier.
That's an easy one.
A steal, that is.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll take that and the Ring of Water Walking.
Okay.
And I will also try to sweet talk him. Just because
Persuasion.
that's what. Okay. Tower. There we go.
He is firm at 450. I mean, at 500.
Then he gets 500.
Oh, but he's also getting the Ring of Water Walking.
Right. I'm sorry. He's not budging on the rapier or the ring.
All right. I'm going to get the ring and the rapier for 700.
Okay. I am trying to.
Did someone get the haversack?
Nobody got the
Negative.
haversack. that
Not
I'm
yet.
aware of.
Better get that.
It was 1,000.
Okay. Everything has been identified. Yes, the haversack is 1,000.
I could use a backpack. That sounds like a fair deal.
It's a great backpack.
Oh, you've
Yeah,
already
it's
got
fantastic. You only carry a
66.
shitload of stuff in it.
So let's see. It's 1,000.
Okay. I've reduced my gold pieces by 700, Jason.
Okay. Are you buying it then, Steve? The haversack?
Sure.
Okay. I have put it in the inventory and identified. It'll be 1,000 gold.
And I'm just sorry, dumb question. Dividing my platinum by
Just
multiplying
subtract,
it by-
plat-
just subtract 100 platinum. It's the same thing.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So Sergeyev lets you know there's nothing. You have literally cleaned him out. It'll be months before he's restocked.
Well, I hope you can work on that because we have been busy recently and it sounds like we have more stuff coming up. I would love to come back.
I could throw something in for free if you're
I'm
interested.
Yeah.
Love free stuff.
Well, I'm going to assume, based on the things you're picking up, that your adventures.
Yes.
Well, he kind of looks around weirdly because there's no way there's anybody else in the shop. He says, "One moment." He goes over to his one of his shelves. He kind of digs through a couple notes in the sheaf, and then he pulls out this leather tube. He looks and he says, "This is it." He takes and he pulls out this old vellum scroll that's wrapped up. He starts to pull it apart. It's like it wants to snap back together. It's been coiled up for a long time. He takes and he has an ornate little like brass rod that he lays. That's the length of it to hold down one side, and he slides it aside, and you see it's a map. And as it goes, you see the map starts to form, and then you see a coastline that looks familiar. Those of you who have seen maps of Karamikos, you catch the edge of the coastline. Yeah, this looks really familiar to you, Neil. Like you and Weedle, you've both spent a lot of time on the coast. You start to push, and you can see it's the Sea of Dread, which is the Southern Ocean south of Karamikos, and it keeps going. It just keeps going. It keeps going, and then when it stops, you see a tiny archipelago at the very end of the map, and there's a dotted line that's leading in a weird course all the way down there, and he points right there at the archipelago, and he goes, "The Isle of Dread. Very few have ever heard of it. You're probably have ancestors from there." He points at Weedle. "If you would be willing to travel there, I would like to set up trade relations there. I could charter a ship for you."
An airship?
"You would be acting on my behalf. We would be splitting any profits 50-50. No one knows what was there." He takes and he pulls out another thing. It's like a letter. He starts to unfold it, and he goes, "This is from the pirate Rory Barbosa. He wrote this decades ago, before his ship was lost at sea. After some inquiring, I finally got a hold of this. He actually created a map, and he shows you a map that's kind of an outline of one of the larger islands in that archipelago, except it only shows the very outer terrain, like just mountains here, forests here on the edges. The very southeastern corner is pretty populated. It shows jungles. It's got some dots showing different settlements. He was only able to touch down on the southeast coast, but untold riches are deeper inland. Mining opportunities, precious metals, gems, magic, lost civilizations."
You wish to set up trade routes.
Yes, I would very much like to set up trade routes. There are locals there. There are natives. And while they consider their glass baubles to be worthless, they're priceless gems. There were rumors, according to Barbosa's diaries, of a gem, a black pearl specifically, the size of your head.
Oh, pretty.
This sounds really amazing, but we are due back at Kavorquian's tower later today.
Well, trade routes aren't set up in a day.
Yes, that's right.
I'm just saying.
Surrogate jumps all over that.
Keep us on a short list.
You say there were pirates there.
Well, Rory Barbosa was an infamous pirate. I'm sorry, before we go on, Neil, you have heard of Rory Barbosa. He was long gone before you really well, that's not true. How old are you again?
Not that old. Where's my notes? I'm only 23.
23, okay. You know of Rory Barbosa. Like, he was a famous pirate. He sailed for the Minrathad guilds, who lay no claim on him, but everybody knows he was sailing for the Minrathad guilds. He was a famous pirate, or infamous pirate, but his ship was supposedly lost at sea decades ago. And, so you know who that is, for sure. As far as someone going that far south, you've never sailed anywhere close to that far south. It's like 1,000 miles.
Sure. Well, no one's ever sailed this. Yeah. He's not the pirate I'm looking for, but perhaps there may be leads from what I am down there. I'm not adverse to this scheme.
I'm not averse to doing this. We do have one thing that we have to finish here in Karamikos, but after that, think we're probably free.
Sure. No, you don't need to make excuses. I understand. He takes and as he pulls the black brass rod off, it like it rolls up. He tucks it into his leather case and he says, "Perhaps I misread you. No problem." He goes back and stuffs it away.
Let me ask you this:
No, please. I shouldn't have
Would you rather
inconvenienced
deal
you.
with a group that would treat you with deception?
You don't.
Honest-
You don't need to make excuses.
All right.
We're on the short list here.
I can't promise the offer will still stand by the next time I see you, but one can always hope. Good luck.
Indeed.
And do you?
Thanks for all the fancy things.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Best magic shop I've ever been in. Thank you.
Thank you. Very nice.
It's the only magic shop you've ever been in.
Does he know that?
He does not.
Not a false
All
statement.
right. He nods again. All right. So, what are you up to now?
Heading back.
Fletchery.
To my stuff.
Better pick up some bolts from the fletchery.
Sure. You guys can refill your quivers
Okay.
and
Thank
bolt
you.
cases. That's fine. Okay. As you are heading... So you guys are heading back to Kavorquian's manor?
Kavorquian Blitz, yeah.
Okay. So as you're traveling down Front Street and you pass through the market square, you are starting to... you can see the gates in the distance. And Stefan, you notice that you're being not tailed, you're being chased. There is a young boy, a teenager, maybe 10 or 11, who is chasing after you. He's running directly towards you from behind.
What is this?
Okay, you turn to face him. He's waving as he stops. He's like, hello, sirs. You are from Kavorquian's Tower, yes?
Yeah.
Yes, I said turtle, catman. Yes. Oh, little man in metal. Gotcha. Oh, sorry. I was sent to find you. A man wants to meet you. He has a job offer. Would you be willing to meet with him?
Who's this man?
You were sent from Kavorquian's castle?
No. I was told travelers were coming from
This is gonna be
Kavorquian's
the
manor.
butler.
They were coming, and I was to find you and offer you to head to the Sprouting Pig. It is a tavern down on that side street. He's pointing. You can see a tavern in the distance, like big sign hanging out, and you see a big pig. He says, he was to meet you there. Old man, bushy, curly hair. His name is Corin. You've
Corin?
heard my message, yes?
Yes.
Huh?
Okay, then I get paid. Thank you. He turns and runs off.
Okay.
Interesting.
We'll talk to Corin.
Seems like all kinds of people want our help these days.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you do good work.
Let's
Okay,
do this. We go west.
I could use a little stop by a tavern.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
you head to the Sprouting Pig. You walk down the street. When you get to the tavern, you can see it's like a pig that's out and it has an apple in its mouth, but the apple is growing into an apple tree. It's a fairly large tavern. Doesn't look like it maybe has rooms, just lots. Like it has like 2 floors for eating. But as you come in, a quick scan of the room, you quickly see the bushy, bearded, red-haired guy sitting in the corner. He's got a traveler's cloak on, but the hood pulled, like the cowl pulled back. It's a pretty nice make. He's got there's a gold clasp on a chain connecting it around his neck. He's wearing pretty fine clothing. It's pretty clean outside of his boots having dirt on them. The rest of his clothing is washed. He doesn't stink. As you enter, he sees the turtle and Rakasta and immediately signals to you to come over to his table. There are 6 empty chairs around the table, as well as 2 flagons of mead and goblets.
Looks good.
I'm gonna sit down.
What was the guy's name? Sorry, it was K something.
Orin.
Corin with a C.
Not to be confused with Karen.
Sorry, not to throw you off there.
That's his name when he goes to the city. It's Corin. Corin, then I take it, the one that lad sent.
Hold on, sorry. I want to make sure I'm starting to wonder if his name was actually Corin. I'm pretty sure it is. Just give me a second. I gotta make sure.
It is now.
Because I'm gonna feel dumb if his name wasn't Corin.
His name is now Corin. K-O-R-N.
That's right. It might be now.
It's with a C, so.
His name is its last name is Corin. I'm sorry. It's Jadarin. Jeddarin. Corin. Corran. So he looks to be about 40 years old. And his hair, like I said, it's a very, very dark red. He has a mustache and a beard that is showing a little bit of gray. He has blue eyes and he's pretty lean.
When I sit down, I want to be like, it's interesting you go by your last name.
Shut up, Brian. Don't be like that. So. He says, "It's good to meet you. How are you doing? Thank you for answering my call. I appreciate it."
Wanted to make sure that little boy got paid.
Yes, he was a quick-spirited little lad. I knew he would find you. So, the heroes of Stalenford. I understand that you have cleared out the orcs from the caves that have long harassed these people.
Yes, and some undead, too.
I did not know about the undead, but I am not surprised, no. So, I have an offer for you, a job, if you will. Are you interested? Looking for work?
What's the job?
So, it just so happens my name is actually Lord Jethrin Coran. I am from Darrocan. By the way, it's pretty obvious from his accent. He's from Darrocan. I hail from Darrocan, close to Glentree, in the Silver Sierra Mountain ranges. I recently inherited a keep, and I am looking for people to possibly clear it out. No one has been there in a long time, and so it is, I am told, not a great, safe place. So, my job is simple. I want you to go to the keep. I want you to clear it out. You can have anything inside. I don't care. I will pay you 50 gold pieces each.
Where is Derek on the map?
Darrocan's due north of Karamikos. So if you follow the Duke's Road to the north through the mountain ranges, you come up to Darrocan. Darrocan is a very large land that surrounds Alfheim, which is like landlocked by it, which is the Elven nation. And then Darrocan off to the... If you keep traveling west, you get to Darrocan City. Darrocan is actually huge as far as its landmass. To the north of Darrocan, you find Rockholm. To the very east, you find Yalarum, which is the like kind of a desert area. To the north of them is the Ethengar Khanates. You think like the Mongols and steppe lands. And then to the west is Galantry, which is a mountainous magocracy run by where only mages can be nobles there. And then to the southwest of them is the Five Shires. Due south is Karamikos. Darrocan is probably the most powerful merchant, has the most powerful economy in the known world.
So it's south of Rockholm?
Yeah, and they do a good job of not getting invaded because if someone attacked them, they would have so many allies counterattack them that it's just not a good idea because everyone relies on them for trade. They have access to the ocean through the rivers. If you look on our Karamikos map, let me zoom out here. Selenica and Riedel are actually Darrocan cities.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Selenica is the largest trading city that is on this map. But everything north of that red border, above like Wolfwolde Hills and the Duke's Road Keep, Everything north of that red border is Darrocan. Until you get to
Gotcha.
the second border, and that's Alfheim, which is the Elven area.
Okay. So it's not too far north then.
Whereabouts did he say his keep was?
It's in the Silver Sierra Mountains. It's a mountain range in between Galantry and Darrocan. So he's on the far western edge of Darrocan. So
Wow, that's a journey.
I'll give you some background. My cousin Theodore, he was a horse trader who died recently. He's a good man, had no children though. So I inherited all of his material possessions. One box with a lot of parchments in it. Sorry, you don't need to know that part. But something's been passed along his side of the family for generations with this keep. So I found a deed, and a couple centuries back, one of my ancestors earned himself a little dominion up in the mountains there. He built a castle, called it Corin Keep. He and his family died in a bandit raid, so he has no descendants still living. The title was revoked, but apparently some clerk forgot to revoke the claim on the castle. So when I presented the deed at the government offices, they were as surprised as I was to find out I owned a castle that none of us knew about. So, pretty good inheritance, I would say so, from poor Theodore. Not bad for a man who got kicked in the face by a horse, no? So I sent one of my boys, Noriad, up to Corin Keep to see what the shape it was in. It's up in the mountain, far from the roads. So he got close enough to watch the place, but he wouldn't go in because he saw activity. The keep is still standing. It's in pretty good shape. But there were men moving around in the castle. And from what was strange about these men, a lot of the birds in the area, they glow in the dark. So my boy was attacked by one of the birds and it gave off sparks, so he got out of there the next day. So now, I have a clear title to the castle. There shouldn't be anyone else there. So I need a band of trusty, brave souls to go over there and clear them out. I don't need you to kill everything, just make them leave. Maybe persuade them. If they don't want to leave, I'll be paying you for results. So, that could mean fighting. But you all look big and strong. I'm sure you're used to that. So I'll give you 50 pieces of gold now, and I'll give you 50 more on delivery, meaning my men can move in and start repairs. I would throw in some bonuses. So the people that built it, that side of my family, they're not exactly rich. But if you find it, you can keep it. Goblets, jewels, that sort of thing. You show them to me when you bring them out, in case I want to buy one of them at a fair price. But just like the family heirloom, stuff like that. Paper, furnitures, draperies, paintings, those are mine. I get to keep those. Those are for my, those are my family. But anything of value, I will offer you fair market price for it. So, plus, I forgot to mention, while in my employ, all the fish you want to eat for free.
Oh.
So, what do you say? A deal? And we're going to stop right there.
Okay.
I don't know how trustworthy we'd be not going back to Kavorquian's tower.
Sorry how long we ran over. I saw the chance to finally put some hooks beside the first one you see in front of you, and I wanted to get it done. So, thanks for playing, everyone. It was a great session tonight.
Yep. Thanks, Jason.
I had quite a few people watching
Yeah,
today.
thank you.
I saw quite a few come in and go. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. This will go up on the stream on the YouTube page tonight or tomorrow morning, and we will be back next week at 8 p.m. Central. We play 2 hours plus our wrap-up, which obviously can go up to 3 hours. Hope to see everyone then, and we'll talk to you later.